Excellent connection. Alright. Ooh. Mana. We're here. We have a ukulele. We have yarn. We have endless amounts of polymer beads. I'm going to try and do something here. Dookie? No, Doki. Everything muted. Sorry. So we don't get Mr. Meeseeks yelling at us in the middle of stream. It's been a day. It's been a massive day. A day of ups and downs and all arounds and trying to get things done. Failing miserably at it, but an attempt was made, so. But I did get my favorite cheesy poops. Honey. I also got same brand, but honey barbecue chips. Honey. Yum, 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 yum. So, we'll see how well this goes. Perhaps a little song first, right? No. No. See, since I don't have my intro music. And now you know where that stupid song comes from. It's my stupid ukulele. I've got an electric guitar as well. I used to have an acoustic, but the damn thing broke. And it's more expensive to fix it than to just buy a new guitar. But I don't buy a new guitar. Money? Right. So, I guess I'm just waiting for someone to come in and say hi to me while I make stupid things. I don't know if I really thought this through in terms of just doing it without playing a game, because now I have nothing to distract myself except for my crafts. What was the pattern on this one? This is what happens when you forget what your pattern is. I guess it's just all the way through. This band-aid is going to get in my way, but it's covering a very sore spot on my finger, so. Oh, that's definitely not right. Never mind, we're not doing this one. I have to re-find the. Don't half start projects. You'll forget, and then it's horrible. Oh, I've got my little purse full of nothing. A crochet hook, and well, I guess there was something else in there, which is now on the float. Oh no! This is a J hook, a K hook, another K hook. G, G, E, and what the heck is that? Ooh, that's very tiny. Doesn't even say that. It doesn't even have a letter on it. And then an N hook. It's the big fat one. I don't want to make this small. And I've also got my needles, my sewing in needles. Oh, that's what it was. It's a little bunch of jump rings with some mini safety pins on them. Very useful. I think we're going to go. J is a little smaller than K, so we're going to go J. Not too big, not too small. Just right. I'm going to make some granny squares. Ooh! Oh no. Things are happening. Bad things. So while I make this granny square, I'm going to tell you about my day. Tell everybody who's not watching about my day. I might start playing a game here if I get too bored with my crafting. Because, it's an... Give me a second. Hello?
You have received this phone call from our department is to inform you that we just suspend your social security number because we found some suspicious activity.
Did you?
So if you want to know about this case, just press 1. Thank you.
Scam. It's a scam. Anyone who gets a call like that, it's a scam. I've blocked 5 numbers from that guy. Well, the Robo guy. Robo Dude. Robo Dude's trying to steal my info. How much you want to bet if I actually answered the call? They'd be like, so confirm your social security number for us. Social Security is never going to call you. Ever. They're never going to call you. Just like the IRS isn't going to have a robo phone caller call you to talk about your stuff, that's never going to happen. Is a scam. 1, 2, 3. No, that's 4. 3. So we do 3. We're going to do double crochet. Loop in the first. Oh no. Slipped a stitch. It's bad. It's very bad. I am in the midst of being a trainer for my job. I don't know why we decided that the newest person in the company should be training the other new people in the company. But you know what? Fine, it's okay. Hey, Richard. How are you doing, sir? I am here making a granny square. I don't know how many I'm going to get done. Okay, I'm taking this stupid thing off. This is pissing me off. Oh, the cut seems pretty good. It was just really close to the cuticle and it kept hurting. It was infected at first. I had to put some Neosporin on it. And now it's okay. I work with my hands a lot, so these things tend to happen. This is really pretty yarn. I like the rainbow yarn. It makes me happy inside. But they've been making me train at work, which I'm not really that mad about it because it generally happens to me at most of my jobs. Most of my jobs I end up being the person who trains other people because I catch on fast. I'm notably the person who within a week I'm pretty much, flying solo regardless of what training there was. And this is a merchandising job and merchandising is kind of my thing. So it would be nice if I got paid extra for doing this, but yeah, corporate America, good luck. Good luck. Maybe I won't do a granny square. Maybe I'll make this a hat. A rainbow hat. I make too many hats. I should stop making hats. I should just stick to blankets. So you can see my cool, I made this, my hexagon blanket with all my moffats. That's what you call them when they're circular or hexagons. They're moffats. They're squares. They're called granny squares. Don't ask me why, because I don't know the answer. Crochet pirate, yes. I'm a crocheting pirate. Arr! Arr, be time to be crocheting me a blanket. Or an Afghan, if you like that sort of thing. Technically, I would think that a granny, if a blanket is made out of granny squares, it would be considered a quilt because you have to sew patches together. But, this is like a Moffat quilt. It's a little, it's seen better days. It's got a little fraying. I gotta go in and fix it up again. It gets holes in it. It's very well used, very well loved. But as you can see, it's not a full blanket size. It's really more like a throw for like the back of the couch to make it look less awful. but but you know, we do what we must. There are ways for these pre-dyed to where you can make a certain pattern, but I haven't figured out how to do it yet. I think it's like sometimes they come with little instructions and it'll show you like it'll like be like you have to use a certain hook size, you have to do a certain amount of stitches and stuff, and then you can get this cool little pattern. See, the thing, I have considered it. The only thing is that most of this stuff isn't like, if for Etsy, it's all about turnaround. If you can make a lot and if you can sell it for more than you bought the things for, then it's worth it. But Etsy is the side hustle of a suburban housewife, not someone who actually works for a living, because yarn is expensive. I mean, I have lots and lots and lots of yarn, but I did not pay as much. This is not going to be I mean, I guess it could be a bubble moppet. See, it's got a little bit of an arch to it. Boop, boop, boop. It's got a little nipple. It's a nipple. Yeah, I did this one wrong. Okay. Scrapping it. I make beads too. I mean, me and my daughter made polymer beads. She got like a kit for Christmas, like a few Christmases ago. It's like these. I probably can't see it from there, but they're like little beads. So many beads, and they're really pretty. And we like mixed the clays together to make really neat colors. Put them in little molds and stuff. And they're cured, so they're waterproof and, or at least water resistant and heat proof. So they don't need to be sealed, which is something I found out the other day because I was trying to seal them. And I was having a hell of a time and realized, oh, you don't have to. Huh. Silly me. Okay, let me see. So you got to count. Math. Crochet is all about math. If you want to get a certain size shape, you have to know your numbers. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a triangle. So 3, 3, and 3. So at each 3, I'll make a corner. So let's go 1. That's 1, 2, 3. And I'll go 1 and 2. I got 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work. Might need. I need more of a corner. Yeah, no, I have far too much pent up energy. So when I get bored, I have a tendency of making things. I like to craft. I like taking trash and making stuff out of it. It's fun. Okay, 3. I guess 3 will be the corner. Yeah. 1, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Then we'll go doubles, doubles, and right now I'm counting them, but usually I can do this without looking at it, which is pretty cool. I think I'm doing this right. That's 1, that's the 3, okay, yeah. 2 doubles. But now I'm having a hell of a time trying to get storage space at my place because I'm a retailer. I don't work for the store I'm at. And that's fun because, trying to work with any retailer as a merchandiser. I should say I'm a merchandiser and I work at a retailer. And that's fun. That's always fun. Trying to convince them that, you know, it's like we pay for space. Could you please, like, make some for us? That'd be nice. 1, 2. I think this is right. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3. And attach. Kind of a triangle. Kinda, sorta. Just a bit. I think I'm missing a stitch, though. No, these two are... It would have been nicer if it was between these two stitches, but whatevs. It works. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It'll be okay. Well, I mean, I like to do I do graphic art. I do because I like to do it on the computer. I used to back when it was the heyday of the internet and AOL was king and everything was pixelated art. I used to like repixeling art, existing art. That was like my dorky thing, that I used to like to do. It was like, oh, I'm gonna change the dress on this princess pixelation art, and I do that all the time. Oh, I don't like this. It's not working out right. It's doing weird things with the thing. Okay, never mind. I do that a lot too with yarn. Let me see. Let me see. Got lots of crap in here. So much crap. Got a whole dish. And this isn't even all my beads in each of these things. Like, this is all buttons that I've collected. And which one's this? These are earrings I've made, already paired. See, like, look at these pretty ones. These are really nice. Some little danglies. And I could sell some of these on eBay. They're not like the highest quality, so I couldn't get like a massive amount. I usually just like make them and give them as gifts. I'm that person. I'm that dumb person that crafts that you get like homemade gifts from. You're like, gee, thanks. I guess it's the thought that counts. Although I have had some people who really like the earrings I make because I like to make pretty ones, little danglies. Dangles, these are pretty. Danglies. These ones don't have hooks on them yet, but they're pretty. I used to do a lot of seed beading back in my high school days. Seed beads are like tiny. And I take my thin little needle thing and just string them up. I also learned how to make, where is it? Do I have it in here? I've got one thing that I made. Here's a little, I guess it's like a little Christmas ornament I was making. It's a little wreath made of wooden beads, where you can like sew them together to make like a shape out of them. I learned how to do that. Most of this stuff was self-taught. I find videos or find guides on how to do this stuff, and I have fun. Like, I have a bunch of like sea glass here that I'm going to make into a frame or something. I'm not sure. All my stuff. There's so much of it. So much. I actually did get rid of a lot of it because I found out my niece was into beading. So I was like, girl, I got you. Here's all this stuff. Use it wisely. These are little molds for sculpty clay. Dang it, now I lost the hole for this thing. I have so many tools. AOL, America Online. That's the old internet provider where you got it on a CD. All way back in the day, back in the 90s. My mom was a teacher, so we were lucky enough to get her school computer during the summer. At least back when they still did that. That was pretty cool. Oh, shit. I try and ball my yarn up because this is what happens if you don't. But I have not gotten... These are some of the skeins. That's what they're called, skeins, that I hadn't balled up yet. Someone actually commissioned me to make them an infinity scarf, and it was like huge. big chunky infinity scarf. So they told me the extra yarn from it I could keep. And they got way too much yarn. They got enough yarn for a blanket, but I was like, oh man, this is what I'm getting paid for, because I did it for free. And my payment was the excess yarn. So it was cool, because they weren't cheapos like some other people have been, where they're like, they want to get, they have no concept. Most people who want something like hand crocheted have no concept of how much money yarn costs. I actually used to, being the cheap bitch that I am, I would take old things that I made or things that were already crocheted or knit, and I would basically take them apart and salvage the yarn and remake things with them. I like doing that too. Okie dokie. Ooh, I'm probably gonna still keep talking because I always talk. Do 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 do. Okay. Crocheting with the fingers. Crocheting with the fingers. Crocheting with the fingers, because I ain't got nothing better to do. It's actually pretty good. Whatever. Crochet. No way, crochet. Ugh. Oh, my stoof. Too much stoof. Big hooks. A massager for some reason. Here, we should probably put some of this jewelry together. Oh, that's the cool little rock I made. Where is it? Do I have any jump rings? I can at least give these to... Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Okay, these are all... It's these. This one? Where'd the other one go? Oh, found it. These ones all have hooks. Da 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 da. Do do do. Bum 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 bum. Can I get copyright claim for singing the Jetsons song? I wonder. I gotta start doing the thing where I purposely sing a note wrong, so they'll be like, I wasn't singing that. I didn't use any lyrics, so how could you know? Do 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 do. You gotta be super careful when you're putting these together. Oh, it's good. I already pre-jump ringed these. How intuitive. Probably should try. Ow! Sell these on freaking without killing myself. That would be great. Alright, come on. Don't do that. No, no, no. No, no, no. No me gusta. Oh, you piece of poop. There we go. Do 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 do. I gotta buy some royalty-free music, or not buy it, but find it. I just need to make a track myself. Put it in the back. God damn it! Put it in the background. Okay. There we go. And then you just close it. Come on. We don't need any more injuries on this hand. Lord knows. Yay, purple earrings. Ooh, danglies. These are made, done, finito. I also like to paint on shells and rocks. Because, you know, Nerds like me have nothing better to do. Let me see. Ooh, some of this is already pre-jump ringed. Ooh, I like this one. It's a pendant. The heck is that? Oh, ha ha ha. There's one I put a rock in it. It's got a piece of rose quartz. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, there's a lot of jump rings in here. Okay, I need a dish. There's no way I can do this in my hand. Alright. That's a nice thick. Oh, that's a pretty one. I like that one. Earrings. Definitely. Let's see if I have any jump rings available. I should have made a smaller. Ooh. 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 I forgot I had these loopy loops where you can put a couple of things on. Let's see what colors I got. I have another heart. Come on. Really? I only have one of these hearts? That's so sad. He's breaking my heart. That's another leaf. Oh, that's really pretty. Huh. No, I don't have another heart. That's sad. I mean, I guess I could just put this on by itself. No, it needs something else. Do I have any other beads that go with this? Damn it. That's a lot of pink beads. I try and keep the color coordinated so I don't have this problem, but still having the problem. Those are reds. These are silvers and purples, I think. Oh, like, no, completely wrong. Gold and blue. Funny. Aw. Nobody's here. I'm so sad. I should play a game instead. I might switch to that very soon. That looks dumb. By the way, babe, I have a card right here. They were going to throw it away. So I got it for Jacob because it's his birthday. So just, Natalie and I have already signed it, so you're the last. I do like these. I just need another bead to go on with them. Maybe my little danglies. Dangle, dangle. Dingle, dangle, dingle, dangle. Dangles and angles. I got problems, I know. Ooh, wait. These are the same pattern. But it covers. Actually, no, that's kind of cool. Wah, wah, wah. Lol. Shiza, what the? There we go. That's a heart. I think that's the only heart. Go look in the bedroom above your thing. You know where all your other stuff is on top of your dresser. All right. I feel like the crafting is too distracting and not leading to any kind of conversation. It's actually easier for me to talk when I'm playing the game because there's something visual and there's sound, which definitely helps. But I did manage to make one pair of earrings. Hooray! Hooray! The granny square was a bust, but earrings were made. Earrings that some poor family member of mine is gonna get and give me that, "Aw, you thought of me." Look, a response. Look at my socks and find a pair that fits you. I mean, it's not like your feet are that much smaller than mine these days. She wore a pair of my fuzzy socks last night, and they totally fit her. And I was like, oh, that's it. Well, Megan brought up a good point. She was like, she's got to be in adult shoes at this point. It's just the small end of adult shoes. And I'm like, and I looked at it, I was like, oh, you're right. She is. She got tiny lady feet. She a lady. She's a lady. Talking about my little lady. And her name is Nat. Boom, 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 boom. This thing is so cool. It's a cat. It's some Aztec tequila. Look, it's a man turning into a cat. See the cat on this side, man on the other side? I would have thought you would like a man turning into a cat. You like cats. Well.
But to be honest, I can't judge too hard because I literally like watching.
What are you doing?
Shoes.
Get up and walk across. It's fine. My goodness.
I can't judge.
We got the transition period. Everybody's going out to do stuff.
I can't judge too hard though because.
Okay, yes, I know. We don't need comments. I'm making going out music for my fam. Stupid. Oh, that's where they went. Meh, meh, meh. I was like, wow. I knew there was too big of a hole in this thing. Oh, Natalie, get a jacket on. Behind you, they're all... You got one in the car. Okay, just get the one in the car. Bye. And they don't lock the door. Because they want me to die. Oh, no. I think it's time to transition to a game. You couldn't see my face. It's all over the place. Alright, here we go. We're going to adjust things. Boop. Oh, shrinkage. Alright, and that one is going to go into the background. That one is going to be on. Here, let's go over here. Okay. This one over here. I don't know if everyone really cares to see that much of fallout. And I'll have my little head sticking out. And we'll just leave that extra space empty. Who cares? Nobody! That's who. Oh, I need my headphones. Ugh. Mana, mana. Oh, someone cooked a burger. And they left the freaking fan on. Why'd they do that to me? That's not really nice. No one likes that stuff. Try not to say shit anymore. I just said it. Raw. There it is. Oh, Scheiße. I have to go find accoutrements for my cheesy poops. I will return shortly. I'm a sad girl. I'm a sad girl. My Pororo learner chopsticks have disappeared. You'd think a grown-ass woman wouldn't have a set of trainer chopsticks, but I do. And it's not because I don't know how to use chopsticks. It's just I'm too cheap to buy a new pair. And these trainer ones were given to me for free. And they're really fun to eat snack foods with when you're playing video games, because then you don't get your fingers all cheesy, especially cheesy poofs. You don't get your fingers all cheesy. Sadness. Really, really sad. Oh well. I guess we're just gonna have to cope somehow. Hopefully my my fondue skewer will do the job. Although I think it might be too, I don't know, it's not too wide. It might not work though. We're gonna experiment. Blurp. Okay, turn on controller. Jesus Christ. This thing's gonna be loud because someone else was using it. I'm muting it so the people in the game can't fucking hear me. Whoop. Alright, the grand experiment. Will this allow this to get in my mouth without it getting all over my fingers? Or without breaking the cheese puff? Success! Screw you, Pororo! I don't need your adorable children's cartoon brand chopsticks anymore. Yum, 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 yum. These are the best things in the entire world in terms of snack food. I got them on a lark. And I was just like, maybe they're good. I gotta try. It'll be funny. Best choice ever made. Well, and I lost my viewer. Oh well. ASMR not your thing? That's okay. It's not mine either. Boo boo. What is this? Hunt the creatures that lurk beneath the earth in style with this week's newest themed items. Thanksgiving's just around the corner. Themed items are back for a limited time. Prepare your Appalachian abode for the Thanksgiving feast with returning holiday themed items at the Atomic Shop. I don't care about the rest. Do you have a bow for me? Tell me you have a good weapon. DK bundle? This was the bundle. I don't like that bow that much. It doesn't look good. What's this lunch pail supposed to be? Oh, a loot drop. Nah. Don't care. Ba 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 ba. It's all good. It's okay. Fine. Let's see. Which bitch am I playing today? Oh, Shaylin's got a lot of stuff she needs done. But we always start with Mal. Oh, god damn it. If we don't, like, click it over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm so happy this worked. I was afraid it was gonna, like, shatter the cheese puff in half. Apparently the consistency is right. This is not a sponsor, but if anyone from hers is watching and wants to, you know, sponsor me, oh hell yeah. I'm down. The Scorched are weird in this game. And I call bullshit on a bat being the master of a hive. Why does that make any sense? Oh, a bat's mind controlling a bunch. What? I think you're going off vampire rules and not like, you know, a hive mind would be like insects. Like you could have done wasps. There's plenty of wasps in West Virginia. But no. We've got to have a giant bat. I know there's a lot of bats there too, but like... Oop. We gotta hide, because this is the area where the damn rad scorpions are. Let me see. I know I have more. Doot. 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 Oh, kill a deathclaw. God damn it. Okay, I gotta find a deathclaw to kill. Now that whenever these things are... Oh, what the hell? Stop. My earphones were going in and out. Bet you anything. It's not gonna be the snallygasters that I like. It's gonna be the goddamn rad scorpions. That are the... Oh, I heard it. No, that's a snally. That is not the voice of a rad scorpion. Where is it? Oh, there you are. Hi, buddy. Oh, he's not... He doesn't hurt... He's not gonna hurt me? Hi, can we be friends? Really? There must be some glitch going on, because usually these guys are not friendly at all. I mean, look at it. What the fuck is it? This is a... diseased... Nascent? What does that mean? Nuisance? Well, now it's gonna fight me. Boom, bitch! You done. I needed your waste acid and stuff like that. Too bad they're not doing kill cryptid right now. No, I don't need that. Do I have any scrap? Yes, I do. I have a ripper? No, thank you. Okay. So, let's look at our list of thingamabobbies to do. Oh, there's a person over there. Okay, so we need to kill glowing creatures, complete an event, hack a terminal. Well, the hacking stuff I should use the other person for. Scrapping money. Killing a deathclaw. Okay, so we gotta kill a deathclaw. Let's head across the pond. Let's go on a journey together. Across the pond. Ooh. Oh, I can't breathe underwater. Really? I want that plastic. Give me that plastic. Ooh, let me eat your pie. Yummy. Ginger snaps. Oh, I need some of that. Is there another asshole coming for me? No, I think I got him. Nuka-Cola cherry. It's delicious. Oh, there he is. Hi. I'm not in the mood to really... Oh, shit. I am using way too much of my ammo, and I need more. Alright, let's fire... Is this... This is the one I didn't refill her ammo on. Fine, we're gonna go axing it. We're gonna ask some questions, get some answers. A Tato. Bubblegum bear! No, I didn't want the pot. I wanted... Oh my god. I'm picking up everything except for the thing I'm aiming for. Great. Fabulous. I already have the boathouse key. A bread box? Is it bigger than one? No, it is a bread box. You ever played that game 20 questions? That someone asks you if it's bigger than a bread box? How do you answer that question if it is a bread box? Do you say no because it can't be because it is a bread box? And is the follow-up question, is it a bread box? All stupid questions with stupid answers. Oh, right under my jaw hurts. Which is fucking weird. And that's a Merkelurk. A Merkelurk. What you got for me? Oh, a locket. Pop it, lock it, put it in your socket. Put it in your pocket. Put it in this asshole's socket. Oh shit, I missed! He didn't though! Uh-oh, fuck me. Not the right thing to do. Picked a fight with a Mirelurk! And it's a diseased one too, even better. Okay, okay, come on. Yep, and now I'm diseased. Now I'm dirty and filthy and a bad girl. You done, son. Where you going? What the fuck? What the hell? Oh, I thought that was a body down there. I was like, what the hell? It totally looked like a body. Okay, maybe I should collect some more Merlurk meat. Merklar meat. Marklar. They want to take your Marklar and replace it with their Marklar. Great episode. Fisherman. Coffee pot. What the fuck is that? I already got that. Yay, I need more nuke bombs. I really love the Nuka-Cola bombs. The Nuka-Cola quantum bombs suck, though. Why would you tease me like this? Is there a button in here? No button, it's just displaying the shotgun ammo. But I needs it! I needs it so bad. Criminy. I need some disease cure for one. There we go. For two, I need to fart. Oh, that was good. No! There we go. Yes, all of the bullets. How is it I can pick up the things off of a dead creature while I'm loading my gun, but I can't do other things? That don't make no sense. Whoa, that bitch got up. I'm not playing with you today, Queenie. Not interested. That is O-fucking-K. How the fuck did you get up there again? I think I have to climb the tree up. Nothing. Yep. Gotta climb the tree up. Up at the tree, up at the tree, up at the tree. Water! Dinner plate, dinner plate. Dinner bell, gotta ring the dinner bell. Whacking and slashing and whacking. Whacking and slashing and whacking. allowed to sing these songs, right? You're not gonna copyright claim me for these fucking songs, right? Right, YouTube? Eat it. You're hungry. Copy. What else we got? Ooh, yay, bullets! Yay, I need those bullets! Oh, and I need some of that money, too. Yeah. Oh, I do need to get money. I need that pre-war monies. Hold on, let me see. Oh, shooting range attendant. Toggle that shit. Aw, they're all dead. God damn it. That would have been like... Oh, wait, no, one's alive! Yay, I killed one! Only 1 out of 10, though. I don't even know how many days I have left for that one. Any more glowing things that I can kill? No. Sad. Ultimate sadness. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. I hear someone. Is there someone near me? Nope, that means it's an enemy. Yay! I try when it's not an achievement to collect the money without, like, scrapping it first. It's probably one of the robots over there. A robot! It's probably a robot. Can't open the fence? Lame. And I don't want to go in the back way, because lame. Huh. Thanks for the money, dude. Fine. Okay. Barrels. Hilarious. Yeah. Give me the target things. Come on.
I'm not blind. I can see that an apocalypse destroyed Clarksburg. But my programming keeps me here anyway.
Okay, why isn't it giving it to me? God damn it. I hate it when it does this. Sometimes you start a mission and it automatically does it, and other times, not so much. Target rich environment. Get the new targets. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I gotta go there anyway. Okay, let's go down the road. Let's head on down the road. Ah, you see how I changed it there so I couldn't be copyrighted. Ha 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 ha. I'm a genius. Or an idiot. Either one works. Do 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 do. I need a cheesy poof. Oh, come on, get one. No, now I'm being haphazard. I should be more careful. What's that? And my dude! Hey, Charlie. What you got for me today, boo?
Okay. Trade?
Yes, baby. Anything for you. In the grand tradition of awesome super mutants, Graham is one of the best. I can sell you that. I'm gonna sell you that. I'm sure I got some more shit in here to sell. No, I
Don't
don't.
be scared. I won't eat you.
Aw, look, he's so sweet. And I'm never gonna use that. I don't ever eat the glowing meat steaks that
This
much.
for that for this.
He's such a sweetheart. What you got in here, boo? Cabinets. I do like cabinets, but they're so expansive. You're so expansive. Just like the stores. Anything really good I need? Streetlights. Terminal. Terminal's kind of cool.
Don't want to carry heavy stuff myself.
Vault-Tec bed. Yes. Sell you that. Sell you this. Sell you this, even though it has a thing, I just never took it off.
Don't worry, Momo. We rest soon.
Thanks, Graham! You're the greatest. Ever a sweetheart, ever a cutie.
I just need to rest my eyes.
Oh, it's you again.
That's
I'm gonna take...
all. Wait, maybe we haven't met.
We have, and I don't care. Juice! Juice!
Should have built that house long ago.
Maybe you should have, dummy. Why you still standing around? Go build a house. I mean, come on. No time like the present. All other time... Oh. Don't. Okay, you're not gonna attack me? Good. 'Cause I don't need any rad stag meat right now. Is that someone's camp thing? I definitely need the barrels. The burls. The burls of the gun. Yeah, it looks like someone's thingamabob. Yep. Oh, you know what I did? I'm a dummy. I got those bears and I scrapped them. Nah. I need to make a specific mission where I go get the teddy bears so I can decorate my place with them. Just put up a bunch of decoration cabinets. Because I love them. They're adorable. And I'm mad that I can't put them all around. Unless I keep them in my inventory. And they automatically go to junk, so if you know, you gotta be careful with certain junk. Kill him. Nice. Wow, that many bullets, huh? Come here, buddy. Thank you. And I'll sell all your meat to Blackfish. Hey. Where's the other buddy? The other one's over there. Okay. Do 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 do. Forgot my alarms still play even if I got my thing on mute. I hear him. I hear the baddies. The bad boys are at play. Oh shit. Come on. Ha ha! Sucker butt. Nice. Sneak attack, bitches. It's nice when shit works out. Okay. Where's this other one? Nobody knows the troubles I see. Nobody knows but Jeebus. Ooh, kill it. Oh no, it's an ant. Gross. No, why do you stop loading? It doesn't make any sense. You know what? How is an ant killing me? It's not like it's a full hill of fire ants. It's one fucking ant. That's right. You're done, son. How dare you? My wolvie claws will teach you a lesson. Hold on. Let's go up here and see if there's anything to be had. Any arrows? Any bolts? Oh, just a rat. Gotcha, sucker. Heh, at least they're nice enough to leave some TP there. Ow. Boo bitchy. Boo bitchy? Boo bitchy. Okay, that wasn't as funny as it sounded like to me, but you know, whatever. Don't judge me. Save your judgments for someone who gives a goddamn. So stupid. I have serious problems, most of which probably stem back from my youth and my emotional insecurities. But we're not going to talk about that. Probably are. It's okay. It'll come up at some point. There's a lot of kid skeletons around here, man. This place is creeping me out. It's bringing me down, man! You're bringing me down! And nobody's watching again. Man, I let that first stream get to my head. It went so well. So much better than my Twitch streams, and now this is just like my Twitch streams. It's probably just because my other one was later in the evening, and that's when everyone was on. Who the hell is that? Who are you, sir? Oh, it's one of those. That one's, nope, alive. Just acting dead. Ha-ha! Suck it! What? Those were glowing? Fuck yes! Oh no, they're hunters. Oh, we're screwed. Okay, let's make some arrangements here. So we got any good Carmex? I'm addicted to killing. Oh, they lost sight of me a little bit. Load, 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 while they still can't see me. God, I love to be able to evade the enemies, it's great. I love how it shows its head like in the middle of its fucking stomach. Haha, suck your butts. Okay, I got it, I got it. Alright, let's go get the other meats because we're gonna trade those in for some points. Ooh, itchy. Meh, 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 and I go down the side of the hill. Down the side of the hill, I go down the side of the hill. Is this the barrel? Yes, it is. Fabulous. All the meats. Soft and regulars. Alright, so... Oh no, don't tell me those fucking targets are in the goddamn building. There's a barrel over there. So let's see if I can quietly swim across without alerting attention. Well, those idiots haven't seen me, but there's more idiots over there, so... Ooh, we trying to be sneaky. We don't know if it'll work. Oh, shit. Can I get up? Yes, I can. Fabulous. Fabulous! Is it... God damn it, it is in that fucking place. Shiza. Well, it's nice knowing y'all. I'm gonna go die at the hands of some super mutants now. And all of my goddamn armor is fucked. Because I don't have enough freaking, what's it called? What is it called? Ooh, shit. Yeah? Really? I was right there!
I hear something.
You feel something, maybe? What the hell keeps hurting me? Got him. No. Shh, they're coming. Hide. And scrap all your shit while you got the chance. Scrap that thing.
I'm hearing stuff.
Are you hearing things? Things like an intruder? Probably. I was right there. How you doing, Zale? How is it this time of the whatever, day, night, evening, something? I'm forgetting words. It's okay. I'm trying not to die. He still can't see me, which is great. It's like our friends are just dropping for some reason. I think someone else is here because... Don't do that! I need to stop doing that button. How about y'all have a fun time with that? Kaboom! Did you see them fly? That was awesome. That was the greatest thing ever. Another one? Oh, you're too far away for me to shoot. But you don't know I'm here yet, which is great. That's a Savage or Sultron head. Those are great. At least for scrapping. Who's this person? Come here. Hey, you. You will not what? Wait, no, I didn't hear you. What were you saying? What will you not do? Is it not die? Well, sorry, bitch. 11 p.m. How was work? My work day was awful. I mean, it wasn't awful. It was just... Ugh. But then again, I just hate my job. I used to love my job. It's sad. But how was your work? I hope it was good. I hope it wasn't as awful as mine was. Sad thing is I like merchandising. I'm really good at it. I just wish that... What? It's not gonna... Okay. That's weird. Gotta scrap it 3 times. Sorry. Thing was being silly. It's honestly, it's just that I work for a very common retailer. It rhymes with raw farts or mall farts. Rhymes with mall farts. And yeah, they suck. I don't work for them. I work as a merchandiser in their store. And trying to get anyone at Mall Farts to do anything that benefits my company that buys a fucking section of their store in order to put their wares in, is like, pulling teeth, and that's always fun. I always really enjoy having to convince someone to make money. I hate that. Like, that's why I'm not good at sales, because I don't like convincing someone they need something. It's like, if you don't know that you need it, then I don't know what I'm supposed to do. How are you supposed to see me? I am invisible. I'm not invisible, but it's fun to pretend, right? Ooh, where? Where are you? Are you inside? You just heard the gunfire? No. Where is it? There's supposed to be a burl around here. Shh! It's a secret! You're not supposed to tell anybody. I could get in trouble for even mentioning them. But whatever. It's an awful place, and nobody likes it. Oh, it's that way. Crap. Alright, let's go like that. Nope. Right in your face. Damn it, that didn't work. There we go. Yeah, well, no, it's more that they, you know, the things that my company puts in their store, for everything that gets bought, they get like a percentage of it. But they keep on denying us space in the store to sell our high-end shit. And it's just like, dude, like, you're making money off of this. Like, why are you acting like your cheap shit is making you more money? It's not. Like, you're not making that much more money off of it. And it's really funny that you're like, you know, you're getting to carry a high-end brand and sell it at a discount, which, you know, whatever. They also throw our products away, which is great. Because, like, that should be some sort of breach of contract, but it's just trying to work around people who don't seem to want to do their job. And I get, like, the employees themselves, they don't get paid enough to fucking care. And I get it. It's the people who I know are making enough money. It's the people who are on the higher end, you know, the owner, the managers. You know, I know they're making more money. You know, they're getting a cut of profits and stuff. So it doesn't make sense for them to turn down sales. You know, or to throw away product from another, you know, they don't care though. They don't, it's ridiculous. And then on top of that, I'm training other people, and she is nice. I think she's very nice. The woman I'm training is very nice. She is just not getting it as fast as I would like her to get it. And that's a little bit of a pet peeve for me. Especially since what I'm training her on is not that hard. It's just not. The thing is the competitor the competitor has one tiny little cubby in their store. Our competitor, at least, the other person who's supposed to have their store. But whatever. We sell a lot, and at a much higher amount than what they sell the same kind of products for. You know. Because honestly, anything Walmart brand's kind of garbage. I mean, Mall Farts brand. It's garbage. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh? Oh? Where's your Mothman? He will not save you. Do you? You should fear me, bitch. The Mothman's what? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Your head's gone. Dummy. You dummy dumb pants. Load that gun, woman. Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like, there was like a long time ago in a galaxy, or at least and a merchandiser far, far away. I used to work for a place that is, Abode Warehouse. Let's just call them Abode Warehouse. I used to work for them for over 2 years. I was pretty high up in their merchandising department. I used to run things when my manager wasn't around. People came to me when they needed to get things done, and I trained everyone that came in for nearly 2 years. We got one chick in, and she had been there for 5 years. And by the time I left, it was 6. She, by all accounts, was very, very nice. Like, ridiculously nice. Stupid nice. Like, she would be late getting our boss a cup of coffee. It borderlined on kiss-assery. But she'd be nice to everyone like this, you know. And I never faulted her for that. But I hated this woman. Why did I hate this woman? Because she was dumber than a bag of hammers. And just, oh my god. Oh my, and just willfully so. And she thought she was smart. I don't know if there was some sort of, I suspect there may be a bit of a learning disability in there. I myself have a learning disability, so no shit on that. But for me, I don't give many excuses to people who are fully capable, and she was fully capable of doing things. Like, she'd get a whole, like, she'd set a whole thing, and we used planograms in merchandising, and she'd set a whole planogram wrong in an entire bay, which meant I had to come and I had to fix it, because she couldn't fix it for some fucking reason. And I'd come in, and I'd fix it. This lesser L. There's a reason I call her a lesser L, but I think I would be too easy to identify her in real life if I used anything more than that. But this lesser L, freaking just, she said it all wrong, and I'm like, I'm looking at it, I was like, why did you do this? Like, everything's in the wrong spot. And I was like, oh, I couldn't read it. What? I couldn't, this is how she talks. I couldn't read it. Why couldn't you read it? You're wearing a pair of glasses. These aren't my glasses. These are my husband's glasses. I couldn't find mine. Actually, I broke mine a while ago, and I just don't want to buy a new pair. And it's like, woman, how can you do your job without glasses if you can't read? Couldn't read in the overhead, couldn't read on the paper. I'm like, you need bifocals. And you have like insurance. Like, we get insurance from these people. It's like less than $10 a month. Go get your goddamn glasses. They're freaking, it's at the most it'll cost you is $60 for 2 pairs. Please go get glasses. And don't tell me you can't afford to do it, especially if you're not doing your job. And every time she would do things wrong, she would take hours and hours to do something that should take her 1 hour. And we would all be held back, like we worked overnight, and we'd have to be held into the morning to be able to fix the things she did wrong. And she had to go home to take care of her dogs. And it's like, I know she wasn't doing this maliciously. She was just painfully stupid. But there's one thing I can't stand, and that is willful stupidity. She had the ability. She wasn't mentally challenged in a way where she couldn't learn things. She learned things all the time. She was training everyone who she was supposed to be the trainer. When she came in, she tried to take over my job for training. And a bunch of new people that she came in that she trained them all wrong. I had to undo everything she did. And it was infuriating. And I kept trying to talk to her, trying to get this shit resolved. I tried so hard to be nice to this woman, but I just can't stomach that level of ineptitude. It's like, why are you here? You can't do this job. Why are you here? Why have you been here for 5 years? Who hasn't made sure you're doing your level of work? How is it that you're now, because every year you're there, the longer you're there, the more you get paid. Oh no, everything was an excuse, and she thought being overly nice and bringing us gifts and bringing us food in and bringing us things like that was making up for the fact that she was making us work over hours. And we were already working like overtime constantly. And yeah, the money is okay. But the thing is overtime doesn't really pay out for you in the long run. Especially when you're already working 40 plus hours a week without someone coming in and ruining your good time. And I don't know if you've ever worked a 12-hour shift consistently for weeks in a row, but that hurts. It wears on you, and it makes your life awful. Okay, I need a different gun. Run! Take it! Mana. Yeah, no. And the funny thing was, is that everyone really got on me. And because we were the only 2 women in the group, everyone assumed it was like, oh, you just don't like her because she's a girl. And now she's taken away your only girl status. And I'm like, no, I really couldn't care less. And there were plenty of other girls that came to work with us that didn't last, who I got along with smashing. Like, it was smashing. I loved them. Like, we're still friends kind of people, you know? And it was like instant, like, we got along. And they were not people who were my age. They were not people who were definitely from my demographic. It was just like, you know, there was no common ground. I had more common ground with this lesser L in terms of all, you know, like, age-wise, where we grew up and were raised, the fact that we were both married, you know. Only difference is I have a kid and she didn't, you know. It's like we had a lot of things in common other than that, in that aspect. But, like, I couldn't get along with her because she's a complete waste of space in terms of someone you had to work with. I'm sure she was a lovely person outside. But, like, yeah, no, you can't make up for your lack of ability by just paying people off. That's, you know, that kind of bribery doesn't work with me. And everyone was kind of, like, on me for a while because there's this weird thing they used to do at this place that every time a vagina became part of our crew, they paired them with me. Why? Do you think that there's a vagina club out there? There isn't, and I'm definitely not a member, okay? I don't care. Like, I know, and girls do this to me too. I meet other women, I meet other ladies, and they're like, oh, you understand men, right? And I'm like, what about men? They're individuals just like us. You know, it's like, it's kind of hard to, like, take you fucking wanting to be treated like an equal person when you talk about men like they're a different species. Isn't that the stuff you don't want them to say about you? It's like, I fight sexism on both sides, asshole. It's like, women and men, we're together. We're part of a binary. We should be helping each other, not constantly taking each other down a peg. It's ridiculous and nasty and shitty. And if you don't want it to be done to you, don't do it to other people. It's like, dude, like, you can't fight racism with racism. You can't fight sexism with sexism. It's not fire with fire. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because ideals aren't like physical things. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they do try and cover it up by being super nice, and it impacts everyone. Exactly. Yeah. I would have been happy to be her friend if she could have but the thing is like, our job comes first. I wasn't there to be friends. I was there to get my job done, and if you can't do your job, then what the fuck are we playing at that point? But no, like, yeah, like every chick that came in there, they either thought that we had a commonality, or my boss was like, oh, you'll get along because you both have uteruses or uteri. And it's like, okay, sure. And that didn't always pan out so well. But, like, because I had to deal with her most of the time at first, they didn't know. None of the guys, the rest of the guys knew, because we usually would go off in our own little things and do our own projects. Oh, but when it got down to the season where we all had to work in a big group together, and my boss made the mistake for the Christmas set in the store where we had to put all the Christmas stuff up, to put her in charge of a group. Because we not only had our team, we had the team that worked down further south, and we all got together and did each other's stores together, because it's a really big overnight reset. It takes a lot. It takes a few days. And we did it, and she pissed everyone off. No one wanted to listen to her. No one wanted to deal with her because she didn't know what she was doing. And she just come over and tell you to do something without explaining what it was. She wouldn't even say your name. She wouldn't even make eye contact with you. And she did it to me a few times. She's like, pick this up and go do that. And she wouldn't look at me. She wouldn't say my name. And I was in the middle of something. And I'd ignore her. And my boss was like, you have to listen to her. She's complaining. And I'm like, she's not saying my name. How do I? Am I supposed to know she's talking to me? I don't freaking know what she's doing. One girl who was on the other team, but I was cool with all the chicks on the other team too. They were all cool with me and stuff. So I was like, you guys can't say this is a woman against woman thing, because I get along with all these other chicks. They're fine. They all love me. They all listen to me instead of her. next year, what happened? Next seasonal, actually, it wasn't the next year. Yeah, it was technically the next year, but it was for the spring reset. Guess what happened? Guess who didn't get in charge of a group? Guess who did? Because I rallied the troops and I got stuff done. And she tried to put stuff in my bag from the store that the manager of that store said, don't take this stuff, these supplies and stuff, because it's allocated to our store. And her and my manager got in a big fight about it. And then she tried this lesser L tried to sneak it into my bag. Not her bag, mind you, my bag. And I was like, hold up. Don't get me involved in this. I'm like, no, we're not supposed to do this. I'm not getting in between these managers. I'm not getting fired for you. Get it out of my bag. It's like, whatever. So I freaking went to my manager's like, she keeps trying to do this after this fight. And he's like, no, don't take that stuff. I'm like, that's what I told her. And she just ignored me. You know, she was trying to make me culpable to stealing basically from a store, which was great, which was fun. And she didn't want to listen because she was mad that no one was listening to her and she thought it was my fault. It wasn't my fault. It was the fact that she couldn't maintain, she couldn't manage. She can't command authority. She doesn't have that. I have it naturally. I'm very bossy and it comes naturally to me. They called me the mom of the group. Everybody listened to me. Yeah, she totally tried to frame me. It's ridiculous. No, after a while, she'd go around and say, Lauren hates me. And I'm like, yeah, at this point I do. She was so mad that her bullshit fucking acts of unasked for niceness, I guess, that were just honestly just like whatever. So it's kind of throwaway. The stuff she did, she was mad that I didn't take it and be like, well, everything bad you do is completely forgiven because of this one stupid coffee cake you brought in. That wasn't specifically for me, but for like the whole group. Come on, give me the test, Biv. Oh my gosh, like the endlessness of this. And there was a point where like even my boss was starting to, like, he thought it was hilarious at first. He was such a shit stirrer. He thought it was hilarious. But that we didn't get along. And that I was just like, I would just really like it if she could freaking do her job. Like, that's all I want. And I was not mean to her when she did her job. If she did her job and she did a good job, I would say, that's great, Laura. Damn it. That's great, Lesser L. I just doxed her. It's okay. I don't even know her last name, so I can't even do that further, but whatever. She doesn't have leadership because she's a moron. She doesn't know. She just thinks that like coffee and treats equal loyalty, and it's like, no. You have to be there for the people. If we're working a long shift, bringing in snacks isn't going to do anything. I brought in snacks constantly, but I also would jump in on other people's projects and help them get it done under time because they needed help. And I was always there for them with extra supplies and anything else they needed. That's how you cultivate loyalty among your teammates. By being there for them. By showing them that you can be relied on and depended on. And none of us could depend on her. So she just didn't have it. And I tried so hard to sit down and talk to her like adults. And she just couldn't. She was like, but I do this. And she always had an excuse for why that couldn't possibly be the case because she knew better. And I'm like, do you though? It doesn't sound like you do. It kind of sounds like you're blowing smoke up my ass so that you can just continue to complain about this without fixing it. And it's just like, look, if you just want to vent to me about this, I will let you know that I don't want to hear it because you caused me the same strife that everyone else is bitching about. So, Nas, yo. It's okay. It's alright. I'm over it. You can take that and shove it. But if you want me to give you some constructive criticism, then feel free to listen to it. Oh, that woman. They finally transferred her out to West Virginia. Where she was very happy. That's what I hear. And I'm glad she was happy because that store did not require any of the stuff that my store required, which is in a much more heavily condensed area where a lot of people. And much like this game, West Virginia is a sprawling, lots of wilderness, not like there's maybe a few epicenters, but really, it's the boons, you know? It's the boonies. It's just out there, and there's not a lot to do. That's why there's such a bad meth problem out there. Uh-oh. Bad guy! Woo! Don't touch me! Rude! Oh, that guy looks gross. What the hell, dude? What happened to you before you... Oh, not another piece of armor! Guys, I hate you! Hell, heal thyself! Oh, good. They can't run. I don't think they can come any closer. Maybe they can. I'm probably wrong. It's just because I damaged their legs. Oh yeah, super, super toxic. It was ridiculous. The funny thing was, is that after a while, I got so mad at my boss, and I'm like, look, if you want me to keep doing all this extra stuff for you, because I was doing a lot of extra stuff for him. Like, ridiculous extra stuff for him. I was basically doing his job, my manager's job for him at points when he was too busy doing other kind of training and stuff. And I'm like, look, if you want me to keep on doing what I do and being the BAMF that I am, you cannot saddle me with her anymore. She has to fly on her own. I'm not picking up her slack anymore. She's been here for over 5 years. She should know how to do this. She shouldn't need me to tell her how. That's ridiculous. I'm not here to hold anybody's hand. I've had people come in with less than 2 months of experience who have flown faster, farther, and higher than her. So no. And he was like, fine. So he started putting her with other people. And now that she was no longer in charge of anything and she had to pull her weight, she couldn't just tell people to do things, because that's her brand of training, is like, do this, do that, do this. Not actually, like, you know, showing you or being a part of, like, getting things done. You know, classic management style. And they all had to work with her on projects. And that's when they all realized I was right. And that's when all the lesser L jokes started coming out. Not just from me, but from other people. And I can't tell you how satisfying it was. That they all understood my pain at that point. And I'm like, y'all said I was crazy. Y'all said I was a jerk. No, wrong. I was right. I am a nice person. I am very tolerant most of the time. But the one thing I can't tolerate is that kind of shit. Sorry. Yeah, no, exactly. She does, that's exactly what she does. She leans on others way too hard and then doesn't understand why. And then the sad thing is that she was doing this to her husband as well, and he divorced her. In the middle of, right before she got her transfer, which was really sad. And I did not wish that on her at all. And honestly, like, I wish she had taken the criticism that most people had taken, because I don't wish ill upon this person. I don't want her to have a bad life. It's almost more infuriating to me that she wouldn't take the constructive criticism, that she wouldn't learn from her mistakes, because it could have saved her so much heartache and so much pain. She would have been so much happier, and then all the sweetness and the niceness that she had to offer could have been amplified by her ability to cultivate friendships and relationships that weren't toxic, but were healthy and good. You know? I mean, it's just like, I don't wish bad things on people, even if they annoy the ever-loving fuck out of me. I mean, there's very few people in this world that I feel are truly evil. I think that you can get to a point where there's no return, you know, whereas like you've been damaged too much and there's just no coming back from it. But I think that's a very, very, very rare scenario. I think most people have the ability to rehabilitate themselves, whether it be from a very extreme or just an annoying thing that you do all the time. You know, hell, I myself am proof of that at points. I used to be so much more of a freaking insane person, at least in terms of like being like ridiculous at a point. I've learned to cultivate my moods and to deal with people differently and understand that not everyone's going to be down with my brand of crazy all the time. That I I have to be considerate of other people's ability to take intense people. I'm an intense person. And not everyone can handle intense personalities. There's some people who are more withdrawn and they just don't like that stuff. And it's not a shit on them and it's not a shit on me. We're just different kinds of people and we have to learn to live and respect each other in the same space, especially when we're either forced to be in the same space or just like, you know, happen to be in the same space. You know, I may be loud and obnoxious, but I don't go on a bus singing my head off and being a crazy person. I try and keep my silly under control when I'm in public transit or in other places where people don't have a choice of being farther away from me, you know? It's just common courtesy. Some people don't understand. Some people just think like, oh, why does the world bend to me? It's like, because the world isn't about you, sweetheart. You're not the sun. We don't revolve around you. You got to get rid of that toddler mentality, man. Yeah, no, I don't think anyone should tolerate incompetence either. I think it's like, and I think that there's definitely like, and it's like, I even said it to my boss because he's like, ooh, you want me to fire her? I'm like, no, I don't want you to fire her. I want you to put her in a position that works better for her. Give her, like, I am very much against getting people fired. I think that's bullshit because that's their livelihood. That's their job, you know? And it's like, don't do that to people. That's messed up. You should always try and find a better position for someone. If you have the ability to find a better, like, if there was something that she could have done within the scope of our job, and I even told him, it's like, put her on the day shift. The day shift she would do so well at because they barely do anything and they're pretty much just customer service based. And it's just like, dude, she loves gabbing with the customers. She absolutely loves having stupid long conversations about baseball and stuff and other boring crap. Let her do that. Like, give that to her. She will like that. She will be happier because she's not being told constantly that she's not doing a good job. The people she works with will be happy because they have someone who will take all the customers off their hands because she's gabbing them away and keeping them from bothering them while they're trying to do their job. It works out for everybody in the situation. And it's just like, I'm not a heartless person. Just because I don't want to deal with someone on a regular basis doesn't mean I want them to lose everything in their life that makes their life worth living. That's not how it is. I felt bad for her at a point. It was harder to mitigate my anger and rage towards her when I was being forced to deal with her after we had already all established what the problem was. And no one wanted to fix it. It's like, oh, we can't fix it. Why not? That sounds stupid. I'm pretty sure, though, the fact that I was so adamant that she should leave and go to a different position and, like, not quiet about it is part of the reason why they were afraid to hire me as management after my boss left, because they knew I wasn't willing to let people stay on the team that weren't pulling their weight. And they, like corporate loves, like to put warm bodies on a team, regardless of whether those warm bodies are actually doing anything. It's quotas and percentiles and stuff. It's annoying. And I absolutely hate it. Oh, my God. It was funny, too, because, like, there was one guy, he was a Marine. I love him so much. I miss him to this day. He was a great guy, a hero, and just, like, he's one of our vets. And he wasn't that much older than me. So, like, we got along really, really well. And, he hated her so much. And he was not good at hiding it. Because, you know, he's a Marine. And Marines, if you know anything about Marines, are, like, just get it done. We're all a team. The weakest of us, we are only as strong as the weakest member of our group. And he's like, she's dragging us down. She needs to go. It was like, and I would just sit there, and he'd look over at me and be like, what? And I'm like, I love you so much, because you're like the only other person who understands me. And he would laugh, and he'd be like, no, it's okay. No, he's like, I never blamed you once. I know what she's like. And it's true, he was the only one who never made fun of me for having my conniption. I will admit, they were straight up conniption fits. I would get so angry because my boss wouldn't do anything about it. And I would just flip out and I'd be like, oh my God, why? Why are we carrying her? Give her a job in a department she can handle. Please. Just do it before I kill her. It's like you were asking for something from me that I don't have. Like you can't bleed a stone. And you're asking for compassion and patience from me when I've already given all I have to give. Like, please take her out of my, like, it's okay. Eventually she started driving my boss crazy too, because then she'd stop doing her job. She'd go back and hang out with him, and that drove him nuts. But whatever. Oh, that woman. So much. Oh, yeah, they looked me over for management. The worst part about it, the worst part about it is the guy they gave it to has, like, has a kid and a wife, as like just like me, but the kid was not school aged, so the kid had to be watched, and the wife had her own business in the mall. So, and it opens at 6, and our job ran sometimes till 7:30, 9 o'clock. So he'd have to leave early. How are you going to hire someone for management that has to leave early, right? Not just that, when I was told I was passed over for the job, not only did I ace the interview, like I aced it, I did amazing on it, and they even told me I did amazing on the interview, but the district manager said and I quote, was unreliable. She didn't say this to me. She wrote it down in my thing, and the other chick, the sub-manager basically came to me and said, yeah, she doesn't want you. And she couldn't, like, she gave everyone else that had took the interview, she went to their interview, like their post-interview, to tell them if they got the job or not. But not for me. Because that bitch was afraid of me. Because I had made it very clear, it's like, I don't tolerate incompetence. I will get stuff done. I carried the team for 6 months while my boss was not there. I did his job, without extra pay, mind you. I also had a torn rotator cuff and postponed my disability because they were threatening that they were going to have to let me go if I had to go on disability. And they weren't sure I'd have a position when I got back. So, and on top of that, I wanted to prove that I could be relied upon, but she said I was unreliable. Bitch didn't have the balls to come say that to me herself. But she gave it to a guy who couldn't freaking stay longer. And the great thing is now he's a nice guy. I don't fault him. It's not his fault. He's a very nice guy, and but I'm not gonna lie and say he deserved the promotion over me. Hell no, he did not. I deserved it. I was the one who worked for it. I set the groundwork, and you know what they wanted me to do? They wanted me to stick around to help him get acclimated. You mean you want me to do his job for him until he figures out how to do it? Because all the stuff that I had been doing for 6 months by myself and for years before that was stuff he never did. Like, he'd never done it. And I'm like, the reason he can operate a forklift and I can't. He had a license for a forklift because I don't have good, like, distance vision, and with glasses I was like, no, it's like I don't feel comfortable doing this, and I don't want to kill anybody. It's a massive, it's like, and the risk you take on with getting your forklift license, you don't get extra pay for it. If they were going to pay me an extra $2 an hour to operate the forklift, then yes, I would have done it. But they don't pay you extra, and you assume all the risk. If you hurt someone with that, you're instantly fired. There's no freaking way I'm doing that. Oh yeah, no. And the great thing is now is he's absolutely hating his life because the chick who took over for my boss is a monster. I actually had to have words with this woman because she was talking to me like I was an asshole, even though I was doing so well, and she even couldn't. And I even told her, it's like, because she kept on telling me that, so I'm like, what's your problem? Like, why are you, like, I was bitching to someone and she overheard on our break, and she's like, you got something to say to me? I'm like, actually, yes, I do. Like, she totally expected me to back down and apologize. I was like, no, I didn't say anything out of line. I literally said she was being a bitch. She was, I mean, maybe you could say my language was too colorful, but I wasn't on duty, so she can't get me for that. And I basically, she's rude, she's uncooperative, she doesn't help out. She was standing there chatting with someone else who was supposed to be working while I was doing all the work. And then snapped at me and hissed at me and was a jerk to me the whole time. And I'm like, this is unacceptable behavior. I am pulling more than my own weight. I don't deserve to be talked to like this. This is a hostile work environment. I don't know why you're talking. But she's like, that's just my tone. That's just my tone. I'm like, no. How are you in management and you don't know how to talk to people? That's absolute garbage. She's like, well, you have a sarcastic tone. I'm like, you mean I make jokes? Not at your expense, not at you. But what you were doing was directed towards me. You were being hostile and harsh. And now if you have some criticism for me, I'd like to hear it. Please tell me what I'm doing wrong. And I waited. And she's like, nothing. You're doing everything right. Actually, you're working faster than everyone else. I'm like, okay. So why am I getting talked to like I'm an asshole? She had no response. And a week later, when she saw me again, because she's a day shift manager, she was just covering for my manager, she apologized to me in front of one of the other managers. Because she had to. Because she was a manager. She's higher up than me, and she had no business talking to one of her subordinates like that. It's ridiculous. It's unacceptable behavior. And this is the woman they put in my old boss's position. Like, and then they made subcategory, like, sub-managers, basically. And that's what I was going for. I'm glad I didn't get it for the fact that I don't have to work with her. Of course, the thing is they only put her in months and months later when they realized that the guy they hired over me was not cutting the cheese. He only had a 3-person crew. Why? Because I left. I left a week after they turned me down for the promotion. For my disability that I finally took. And then after my disability was over, I called him up. I said, guess what? Those 2 weeks I was on disability, consider that my 2 weeks resignation. Bye. Oh, they were so mad. But you know what? The way they dick-dogged me around, the way they did all those things to me, I was like, you know what? You wasted 2 years of my life thinking I was going to move up in this company, and I was working towards it. And even my boss, who had left, he left right before this freaking hire happened. And I think his boss did that on purpose. I think she did it so that she didn't have to argue with him because he was trying to get me that position. I give no shit to my former manager. He was awesome. He taught me so much. He may have messed with me all the time. Like messing with me like a joking style and stuff, which did kind of drive me nuts at point because it was a line. It's a line between professionalism and then thinking you can mess with someone and then pulling the manager card out the moment you get a good dig in on them. That's not cool. And that was his biggest flaw. But he tried to get me the position. He wanted me to take that job. He knew I could do it. You know? And they waited till he left, and they gave it to somebody else. And he couldn't handle it. He couldn't do it with 3 people on his own. I could have. I was good. You know, I was that good. It would have killed me, but I would have gotten it done. Would it have been worth a $3 raise? No, not at all. But I could have done it. But they chose someone else, and so they had to hire the bitch lady who I had a verbal comeuppance with. It was great. No, they deserved it. They totally. And it's funny. Part of me was like, for half a second, I felt bad because it's not something I normally like to do. The only time I'll leave a job without notice is if it's just awful. You know, if they're awful and I know that they're going to make my life miserable. And that was part of the reason too. Is I knew. Because I've seen them do it to other people who said they got 2 weeks and then they just give them the worst shifts, they give them the worst hours, and they just try like hell to break them.
You're gonna have to try a little harder next time. Chin up, I believe in you. Let's go get it.
What? What was that? Did you hear that? Who believes in me? Who was that? What? Were these dogs something special? I mean, they were just wild mutts, right? I'm so confused. I've never heard that before. I've played this game a lot. Oh, it's the stupid bridge. I get it. Someone was trying to run across the bridge and they failed. I get it. Okay. Whatevs. Oh yeah, no, they totally wanted me to stay and do the other guy's job. It's ridiculous. And I knew that was what they were planning on doing. And you know, the best part is that the manager lady who told me that my district manager thought I was unreliable and wasn't going to give me the job, she's like, don't get discouraged. Stick around another 5 years. Are you telling me I have to do 7 years?
Nothing compared to the eternal dark void that awaits us beyond. So, let's give it another shot. Remember,
this is
checkpoint in the right order and get to the finish line.
whatever.
Do your best.
Do your best. Okay, I have to get out of this.
Go.
Shut up. No, it was great. Right. No, it's so funny. I don't know. They ran everything like it's very much favoritism there. You don't get up, you don't move up unless you're somebody's pal. And the rumor was that the district manager, that all she really did was like hawk her eBay stuff to other people at work. You know, she made polymer mug coverings and like blankets, like quilted blankets and stuff, which, I mean, great, wonderful. But like, is that something you're supposed to be doing while you're supposed to be running a district? I never seen her do an ounce of work. And this is the other thing. For the 2 years I worked there, that woman talked to me a total of 4 times directly. 4. You'd think someone who was such an integral member of the team, someone my boss talked about, and she would join in on the ragging, because sometimes like my boss would rag on me, you know, because I'm very high strung, and like I'll admit it, I'm a very high strung person, and when I'm taking things seriously and I'm in work mode, I have very little sense of humor at that point because I'm working. There's a separation between work and fun, and I definitely hold up to that. And when I'm in the middle of work thing, and also when I'm dealing with someone I don't know very well, I don't joke around with them as much because I don't know where their line is. And as a matter of respect, I generally don't fuck with those people. I don't make jokes. I don't go out of my way to make jokes. And if they tell me something, I take it seriously, right? I mean, that's how I generally think you should be with people you don't know very well. Well, she thought it was hilarious for her to come in the middle of my boss messing with me, who knows me and understands me and has a rapport with me, and she'd pipe in. And I'm like looking at her like, woman, you don't know me. Now, I was nice the first few times she did it. I was nice. I didn't kind of look at her, but it's like, but she would do it, and then she wouldn't talk to me afterwards. She would ignore me. I'm like, and I asked my boss, I asked my manager, I was like, what's her problem with me? Oh no, that's just how she is. I'm like, I've seen her chumming up with my other buddy who works there, who got the other position for manager, sub-manager, and he still has it, and he's hating life, but he's doing a great job, and he deserved that one. He definitely deserved it. It should have been me and him. We should have been like the North and South team. That should have been us. But he got that because, you know, he's a big sweetheart. And that's the other thing. He's a big sweetheart who will never tell anyone no. I'll tell you no if it's not possible. I'll be like, look, I'll do my best, but there's a good chance this isn't going to happen. I'm never going to lie to you about like getting something done. I'm going to tell you the truth. She didn't like that. She didn't like it. Yeah, no, I don't know what it is about women in positions of power at times. I think it's a lot of part of the fact that women, the way we're raised, and I can speak to this because I was raised a woman. We're raised in these ways to see all other women as they're either your allies if they're your close friends, but even when they're your close friends, they're potential they're potential, like, combatants, because if they have, it's like, that's why a lot of girls like try and compare themselves to other friends in their group. They always want to be the prettiest girl in the group or the funniest girl in the group. You have to have your thing, your little niche in the group, which is annoying, which is why I don't, ever since high school, I haven't had very many large groups of girlfriends, because that behavior is so toxic and nasty, when you should just be valuing an individual based on them being an individual and someone you like and someone you enjoy being around. It shouldn't matter what dangly bits you have. It shouldn't matter. Like, you should just be good to people because they're people and you respect and care about them and you want them to have a good quality of life. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm insane for thinking that way. But unfortunately, there's this toxic shit that is taught to women, that you should always dare to be the prettiest, dare to be the funniest, the smartest. And if someone else is outdoing you in that, then you're failing and you need to sabotage them. You need to bring them down. You need to tear them down any way you can to build yourself up. And I'm like, that's gross. Please don't do that. Please, can we please all be constructive adults in the situation? I don't like it. It's really nasty. And I've met a lot of women who are higher up, and that's how they've managed it. And people can say, oh, it's because they're in a male, like, no, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with being in a male driven force. I mean, it might play into it a little bit, but honestly, it would more play into men are a little bit more taught to be a bit more bantery and just being able to be like cool and like ha 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 with each other at times, especially when they're not particularly close. But women have this tendency of, well, we have to be best friends right away or you're my enemy. And it's annoying. And I hate it. It's like, no, I'm not part of the vagina club. I don't have to kiss your pussy in order to be a friend of yours. We can just have mutual respect as two adults. Right? No? Shit. It's like, I don't have to like check off every box of like, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. Can we just have mutual respect for each other? But it's annoying because it's like, it's the tear down method and stuff. And I know guys will compete with each other and stuff, but I feel like there's so much more camaraderie between the competition between men at points, because it's so much more common for men to be taught, hey, be a good sport. Shake the hand of your competitor after they've beaten you, because you need to be a good sport or else no one's going to want to play with you anymore. That's not necessarily very highlighted for girls growing up. I know it wasn't very, like, it was like, oh, she's just a mean girl and stuff like that. It's like people, so many girls would get like tasked as mean girls even if they just spoke up at points to say, I don't like that you're being mean to me. Like, how is she the mean girl? How is she getting messed with? It's so weird. Yeah. No, and there's some girls that have a hard time, like, and it's like the guy who's accusing me with the lesser L, that it is very common for, like, if you're the only girl in a group full of guys and another girl comes in, there's this, I don't like her because she's another girl and I was getting all the attention and the guys were nice to me. Except I don't generally fit into a group of guys like another girl. I generally just come in like a person. I don't consider myself a guy's girl. I don't consider myself a girl's girl. I consider myself a human being. I happen to have boobs and a vagina. That's it. That's all. It's a coincidence of birth. That's it. That's all it is. And it's just like, I actually relate better to men in my adulthood than I have to most women, mostly just because there's this idea that you have to shit on guys in order to be part of the girls club. I mean, I've met some girls who aren't like that and they're my friends, I mean, but it's just like a lot of women like to fall into that stupid hole, and it's like, and I'm the person, this is why I don't remain in these groups very long, I'm the person who's like, well, that's not a guy thing, that's an asshole thing. I've known girls who've done that, like, to say, oh, guys always do this. I'm like, my mom does that all the time. I don't know what you're talking about, but sure, okay, it's a guy thing, but whatever. All right. Yeah, no, you'd think that women would be more supportive of other women so that we could, it's like I hear a lot of women saying they want women only spaces. They want more like more fields that are more accommodating to women, because I can attest, working as a merchandiser in hardware, do you know how many times I was told, where's your boss? Or how do you know how to put a sink together? I'm like, because I've got hands and a brain. Like, I'm sorry to break this to you, sir, but a penis is not required for plumbing. I know. Amazing. Shocking even. But it's true. You don't need a penis. In fact, I have my own plumbing, so I might be a better candidate anyway. Whatever. Nah. It's annoying. It's like you can't at one hand say that you want women to have more stuff and to have more respect, and then in the same freaking breath shit on women, other women around you, oh, she's a slut, it's like she only got that position because she sucked somebody's dick. How many times have you heard that? That's messed up. Like, it's messed up. Like, you have to, it's like support. It's like, I hear this term, Gus Johnson, praise be his name, YouTuber extraordinaire, funny guy who got to deal with Comedy Central. Yes, awesome. He's amazing. Him and Eddie Burbank, boys supporting boys. Can girls support girls? And not just like blindly so. It's just like, just be nice. You don't have to like push someone up who sucks. But like, you also don't have to beat them down just because you don't think they're that great. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's gross. It's not just underestimating. It's really more like they're like, oh, they just put a girl in this position. It's probably an equality hire. I'm like, whoa, dude. Getting down a dangerous path here. It's just like, okay. That was like one of the guys that I used to work with. He's from Uganda. I love him, and I loved his accent. What are you talking about? I loved him so much. He's a sweet guy, but he's very old-fashioned. And there was one time he was just like silliness more than anything else. But he was like, "Oh, I cannot clean. That is for a woman. I am a man." I'm like, "Okay, Fred, you need to stop busting out people's names." It's not his real name. It's what he went by, but it's not his real name. He was like, I can't do this. And I'm like, okay, so every time I need something lifted, I'm not going to do it. Every nail to be driven, I'm not going to do it. You see how silly that is? You see the silliness? You see the silly? Just sweep the damn floor. Because I was in charge, and I made him sweep up. And it's just like... And, of course, he took it so well. He was so freaking good about it. He's a sweetheart, honestly. And a wonderful father, raising his teenage daughter, who actually, she's not teenage anymore. She's in college, going to be a doctor. Yes, amazing. He worked 3 jobs. One was an overnight, worked on the weekend and worked during the day to support his daughter and his much younger autistic son, who was born addicted to crack. So sad, because the mom was messed up. Like, she went on a freaking, it was his second wife, and she got messed up, and she had a really hard time with addiction, and he didn't dip out on his kids. He freaking took care of them, and he put his daughter through college. Like, wow. Medical school. I mean, she got some scholarships too, because she's super smart. I got to meet both his kids, and like, amazing. Like, he's an amazing guy. And so, like, I don't hold it against him for having some old-fashioned opinions and stuff, because he wasn't a jerk about it. He was never like, oh, you do this for me. He didn't refuse to do it. He just more bitched about it, and I kind of gave him shit for it. It was pretty funny. Well, yeah, everyone has to play their part. And it's like, I don't mind if it's like, but at the same point, don't be saying like it's true, it's true. You know, it's like there's a way you can like, and girls do locker room talk too. It's disgusting what kind of locker room talk girls do. They're just a little bit more coy about it. But like the men are trash thing, disgusting. I hate that. I hate it. The guys do it too. Oh, women only like to shop. I hate shopping. I hate it. I hate shopping. I don't like handbags. I don't like high heels. There's plenty of stereotypes about women that don't apply to me at all. So you could try and throw that stuff at me. Ha ha ha. Very funny. Doesn't work though. Also, your mom jokes don't work on me either. If anything, I will join in. It's like, your mama's so fat. Oh, you have no idea. She looks like she's smuggling 2 couch cushions in her back pockets. Bam! That's right. You know who's got a big butt? My mom. No, it's like, it's fine. Look, I am a shit talker. I love bad jokes. I love stuff like that. But like, dude, there's a point where you can tell. And especially if you're the only woman in the room, and they're trying to, like, you know, get you to join in with some of the jokes and stuff. And it's like, okay. And it's like, okay, we're getting to a line here. And if you can't, and honestly, if you can do, the only way I can tolerate people doing a lot of locker room talk jokes is if you can take a period joke from me. Because if you can't, then you can dish it, but you can't take it. If you can talk about your dick, your balls, and the sweat that comes between the taint and all that other crazy, cringy shit, or talk about giving your girl oral or doing anything and how it smelled like fish. If you can do all of that, but you cannot take a joke about a woman's period that isn't making fun of her or detracting from her being a person, then you can dish it, but you can't take it. Then you a puss. And I don't mean a puss in the way of vaginas, because vaginas are strong and resilient. And oh so soft. Oh so soft. A puss in the fact of a cat, which is scared all the time. Skittish, scary. Yeah, no, I mean, fair play, right? I'm sorry. And the thing is, I do that every once in a while. I will pull out like a tampon joke or a period joke that wasn't at women's expense. And it's like, and they'd be like, ew. I'm like, oh, nope. Then you can't make that other joke. I can do the dick and fart jokes all day long, but you gotta add a queef joke in. Come on. Let's equal opportunity, motherfuckers. Let's do this. Women can be just as disgusting as men. All right. I have to take a slight break. I'll be back in a second, though. I'm going to be back in a second. So I'm going to cut the feed to the mic because I have to use the potty. But I will return in just a short bit. Oh, there I go. I'm coming. No. I'm back, baby. Oh, yeah. Had to take a phone call. Had to use the potty. Yes, I am Mia Knight. Or I was. But, I'm Lorelor the Great now. Mia was my past self. But here I am. Yes, I used to do, lots of the prawn. But, okay. You asked, Zale, for a period joke. And I found a really good one. I can't remember any of the ones I used to tell. They were pretty lewd. This one's great. The nurse climbs on top and rides him. The second nurse does the same. The third hesitates, says, I'm on my period. The other says, it's okay, he's dead. So she rides him too. And when she's done, he sits up, and all the nurses ask how he's alive. And he says, I'm good to go after 2 jump starts and a blood transfusion. Oh, it's good. Love it. Oh, thank you, white boy. White boy Rick. Ricky. I should call you Ricky. Ricky, unless you don't like Ricky. Rick is fine, if you don't. How do you embarrass an archaeologist? Give him a tampon and ask him what period it's from. And then one that's great and punny as shit. Jokes about menstruation are not funny. Period. Oh, love it. So good. Oh my god, so funny. They're great. Yeah, but if you can't handle a period joke, then you can't hang. Cuz they're funny. It's funny. It's like, and you should be able to make fun of the things that cause you dread and pain in this world. You should be able to, cuz if you're good, cuz you shouldn't let it, cuz you can never let anything take that much control from you. You can't do it. You have to be willing to take some of it back. Yeah, take back that control. Ugh. They're great. No, they're great jokes. And they're not at the expense of the woman involved. It's not like she's so gross she had her period. It's like, dude, it's just a part of life. It's like, you don't see me going around making fun of your freaking schmegma. I mean, it's life. Life during porn was life too. Like, it was just another phase in my life, and it was fun. I liked it. I enjoyed the industry. But I definitely, it definitely hampered my ability to get jobs in certain arenas, which sucks. I can't have a job in any kind of childcare, like main childcare thing anymore, and it sucks because I'm really good with kids, like really good with kids. I used to be a tutor and a teacher and all sorts of different things, but no more. Ah, he's an OG fan. It's all right. I'm used to much worse. I'm the gangbang queen. So I've had guys ask me to do really weird shit during a gangbang. There was one guy who was like really into feet, and he was just trying to get any foot thing from me he could possibly get. I'm like, dude, I'm getting paid to do a job right now, not to like personally please you. Like, calm down. Like, I'm performing, you know? It's ridiculous. How do they find out? You do know that, like, it's public record, right? It has to be. In order to verify the person is of age, all this stuff's public record. And jobs can look into it through a background check. That's all it takes. That, and it doesn't help that I have social media accounts that are attached to me currently that refer to my former career, because I'm not ashamed of it, and I don't think anyone should be. I think sex workers get a really shitty rep in life, that they're constantly slut shamed and treated like they're like the lowest level, when honestly it's one of the most honest forms of work. It's exchanging of goods for payment. I'm sorry. If you got something and someone else wants it, why shouldn't you be able to exchange those goods? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's honestly one of the first things in human society, prostitution and sex work were some of the first things that helped get women equal footing in society when main societies were coming up in the Roman Empire. Women who were prostitutes or were basic companions or escorts, and even if actual sex wasn't involved, they were more highly educated than women, even of a higher social standing than them who were married. They were able to go out and seek out other like financial opportunities. Same thing with geishas in the East. They had far more. They had like even geisha schools to this day. They learn so much. They have like politics. They learn about politics. They learn different languages. These women are cultured, and it helped bring women up in the ancient world. It was only although there were time periods when that stuff got stomped out by religious Reichs and stuff, but for the most part, like all of these things, hell, the women of the West in America, the sex workers of the West, they were the ones who won the West. There were entire towns that were just nothing but a brothel run by women. They donated to the churches, the schools, the goods store. They made sure that town was running by bringing in common goods, because there was a lot of men who were either unmarried or didn't have their wives around, and they were lonely trying to claim their stake in the new wild, wild West. These women were the ones that basically made sure that America is what it is today, at least in terms of past the East Coast. So people need to give sex workers a lot more credit. There are also people who definitely, in today in sex work and stuff, they're taking up massive risk and trying to eke out a life for themselves. I knew girls, because I used to work at a ranch out in Nevada, the legal prostitution ranches. I think it was the Chicken Ranch, that one. And I knew girls who worked there who were putting their kids through college, who were paying for the life of their children because they were single mothers and they had to make and they were already in the industry in some way or form, but they were taking control of their lives and basically making sure that their kids had a future. Gotta give that shit respect, man. That's hard shit. And it's not easy work. You could say, oh, it's easy, you just lay there. No, you don't. Just trust. You gotta work for that shit. But, it's like, the freaking, I don't know. I think a lot of unfortunately, there's a lot of shame that's associated with sex work, which is sad because really, like I said, it's probably one of the more honest lines of work you could ever do. This for that for this. Graham said it best. Quoting a character from Fallout 76. Right? It's like, I'm actually sad that there aren't more male sex workers out there, not just for, female, for women and stuff. That would be nice. I mean, there was that one chick who was pretty scandalous. Can't remember her name. She was a call girl for a while, and she tried to open up a dude ranch, basically. And it didn't work out, mostly because she was crazy. I can't remember what big, like, criminal guy. Well, he's a criminal now. He was like some big upper echelon Richie Rich dude that she was involved with. And that part of her involvement with him is what brought her down. I can't remember her name. I'm going to have to find out who she is. I can't remember. But also just like all around, I feel like, we need to legalize prostitution for one. And we need to stop shaming people for using the one asset we definitely have, and if you're good at being able to deal with other people in a sexual realm without getting attached and the stuff, then hey, there's a market for it. There's plenty of people out there who just aren't going to be able to find the one for them. And having that kind of connection, being able to provide that connection for someone else, even if it's just for an evening, is a beautiful thing. It's something that's needed. I mean, the ancient world knew that. Why don't we? Stupid. But that's okay. That's cool. That's really fucking cool. Yeah, no, like, man, I really wish it was honestly more acceptable for guys to be gigolos at points, you know? It's just like, I know it's yet again, it's one of those things where it's like, you have to give up your power. And it's like, yeah, you do. When you're a sex worker at points, you have to kind of give up a little bit of what you want to do to please somebody else. And it's a lot to ask from anyone. And someone who can do that and still maintain their identity and still maintain their sense of self is a strong-willed person. You know? So, and the idea that it's just a bunch of easy money is just completely fabricated. It's not easy money. It's a lot of money because you're doing a lot. Love it. Gotta get it. I love it. Oh, man. Oh, my back. Oh, crack. I don't know if you can hear that, but oh, damn. Hi. I am happy you're here. I know this can be just a little bit queer when I play your ukulele. Somebody could slay me. So dumb. I love my ukulele. I've been practicing on it more. I have a kalimba as well, a little hand harp. My friend got me. I'm trying to learn how to play that. I like picking up instruments and learning how to play them. It's fun. And I'm very good at the flute. Puns intended. Actually, it was the first instrument I really learned how to play. It was the flute. It was a freaking caption for the rest of my life. It takes a lot. I know there's a lot of guys who want to get into porn or get into, that kind of stuff. And it's not as easy. Like, dude, especially guys in porn work their asses off. I have mad respect for dudes in porn. I was friends with a lot of them. And the one thing that they all had to say, because I say it's a lot easier to be a woman in porn than it is to be a man in porn. One, we're usually the focal point of the film. And two, it's easier to play up a scene, even if it's not that comfortable, not that great. It's really hard to fake arousal for a guy. Like, it's really hard, Puns intended! You got to be able to come on command. You got to be able to keep it hard, even if there's a bunch of distracting shit going on. And you got to be, it's like the popping. Oh, my God. Like, that's really... So... I don't play the piano. I have a bit of a, even though I've learned how to do, it's a little bit different to do strum and hold fingers than piano requires the chords and then the melody. And I have a little bit of a brain disconnect when I try and do it. I've taught myself a little bit. Like I said, I taught myself every instrument except for the flute on my own that I've ever had. And it's a little bit more difficult for me to do the piano, though I do have a keyboard and I do practice on it. And I'm okay at doing either the melody or the chords, like not necessarily one both at the same time. It depends. It totally depends. It's not a thing that's set. It depends on what the scene is. It depends on how many scenes they're filming. There can be a lot of people. Like, I've been in a whole house where they've rented a whole house and there were at least 30 people just downstairs. And that's crew, makeup artists, the performers themselves, the gaffers, the director. It's a lot of people. It can be quite a bit. So having a lot of people around can also kind of mess with things. So, and I worked on amateur gangbangs, so you got a lot of amateur people coming in. People who, they all got tested and they all were fans of this particular performer's site, but they weren't professionals. And it's very obvious. Some people are naturally a little bit more laid back. I feel like the people who weren't as concerned about how they looked and about their performance and just tried to have a good time had a better time, and it was easier for them to perform. But for the most part, it's kind of one of those things that it just all depends, But if you're trying to do it professionally, a lot of guys fall out really fast because they realize it's grueling and you do not get paid as much as the chicks do. Like a lot less. Like I'd say 1/5 of what the chicks get, you're going to get. Chicks getting 600, you're going to get 150 or 100 if you're lucky. The test is 30. Well, at least it used to be. It's probably more now. So it also depends on what you're doing. But for what you're doing, it doesn't really improve for guys. Well, everybody left. Aw, bye, everybody. So sad. Well, oh no, there it came back. That's so weird. Why did it do that? It's so weird. Okay, sure. Yeah, well, doing it for fun, it's as long as it's an amateur shoot, you'd be fine. But most of these people are doing it, the people who are running it are doing it for profit, so they don't have much tolerance or patience for anyone who's got a problem or an issue. They're much more tolerant for the women than they are for the men. If you can't get your shit together fast enough, they'll just tell you to go home and they will not pay you. It can be a little rough. So the guys, there's the guys in the industry who work really, really, really hard and they never really get much recognition unless they become producers or themselves try and make their own brand. But yep. Oh no, she's a personal friend of mine. She's personally my friend. I love her so much. I first met her on a shoot. We went out on a date with her hubby and my hubby, and it was great. And ever since then, we've been pretty good friends. She doesn't come over to the States as much anymore. But she's awesome. I love her. She's a great gal. Super hot too. Oh my goodness. I totally should have age restricted the stream. It's okay. I'm not monetized, so... And I doubt anyone's going to come in here and be like, oh my god, the children! Think of the children! But whatever. Although I do have a She-Ra sticker on my ukulele. Oh my god. Dude. I have no clue. No clue. That is not even that's not even a number I could come up with off the top of my head. And it's been years. So, serious as the radio. Puns. I can't help myself sometimes. Oh man, it's Cheesy Poof time, y'all. Cheesy Poof. Unsponsored ad. These are the best. They're my favorite. And yes, I'm using a skewer to eat them because I don't want to get my fingers cheesy. Yum, 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 yum. I'm sorry if you don't like mouth sounds. I personally hate them. I wouldn't watch a mukbang if my life depended on it. But God, I love these things. They're so hard to find. Why do I have to fall in love with things that are hard to find? It's like my childhood. we always had a lack of cable in my house, so we'd have the bunny ears on the old TV. And I used to watch like Nick at Night and like the old Mickey Mouse Club of Netfooticello Mickey Mouse Club. Yeah, that's how old I am. And dating myself. No, it was reruns, of course. It was reruns. But I used to watch all that stuff. But then when I was in around, like, I think it was around high school, middle school, high school, when we got into a certain area where there was a BBC channel that we got, like, it was a public access BBC, and I was like, how do we get BBC? This is freaking awesome. I was so happy because I have grown up on so much British comedy. It's not even funny. It's super funny, actually. It's super funny. I love it. British drama, British comedy, love it. And but what they also had was anime late at night, and I was an insomniac. I'm still a little bit of an insomniac. It's gotten better. I've changed my diet, changed how I do things, and I've gotten better about my insomnia. But I do still have a really hard time falling asleep and staying asleep. But when I was younger, it was awful because my hormones were all over the place and it was bad. But I used to love watching these weird, like, Please Save My Earth and the original Dragon Ball before they censored it in America. Freaking spectacular. Loved it. I'm a big fan of Monty Python's Flying Circus and all the movies. I watched Are You Being Served? There's a few other ones that I can't remember the names of. There was Father Ted. Technically, they're in Ireland, but it's a British comedy. Shit. There's The Young Ones. Ha, The Young Ones. So good. Young Ones. Ooh, darling, we're the young ones. Ooh. Freaking love that. Yeah, Monty Python is base. It's base. I love it. Based Monty Python. That is the center of like all my comedic, all the zany madcap humor that I love is due to Monty Python. It's wonderful shit. Yes. Keeping Up Appearances. Very good. Like I said, there's so many of them. And I wouldn't always catch them when the title screen was on, but I would watch them all the time. Loved them. Oh my god. I love that stuff. And would I ever get back into the prawn? I don't know. Honestly, in these COVID days, probably not. I also have a family and a life, and it's not necessarily something that is easy to do in the area that I live. Maybe on my own terms. I would rather direct it, honestly, at this point. I think I could make some really good prawn. Only Fools and Horses. I don't know if I've seen that one. If I watched a clip of it, I probably remember if I watched it or not. I'll check it out, though. There was a bunch of, and I like some of like the stuff that's come out more recently and stuff like what's his Darth Marenghi is great. I love him. What They Do in the Shadows. So good. Anything with Toast. A Toast of London. So good. There was one about a bookstore. What was the one? It was one about a bookstore, and it was this guy who ran a bookstore. And it was so funny. It was like all dark humor. It was very funny. Like, I watched a bunch of different ones and stuff. I just really dig it. I don't know. I've always had a bit of a thing for like accents in the island too. It's like they're great. They're wonderful. They're so fun to play with too. I can't do a solid accent from any one area of England. And my friend's Kathy. She's from Australia. And I would try and do accents around them, and they're like, wow, it's like you do like 15 different accents all at once. And I'm like, right? It's like Cockney, then Welsh, then Irish, then Scottish. And it's like all mixed in together. Though my Scottish was getting better for a while, and my Irish, when I worked at Universal Studios once, long time ago when I was younger in California. The Florida one is better, but the one in California, I used to work at that, and they had an exchange program, and there was a bunch of Irish exchange students that were basically going to school and, and learning, technologies and stuff, and they worked at the at the theme park for a time, and we would all hang out together, and I picked up their accents, and I was like, yeah, all right, because I love accents. All accents are great. They're so much fun. It's so much fun. Oh God, I can't see this. I can't do it. See, I can't be put on the spot. My husband has a horrible Cockney accent. Now it's hard to do. It's hard. See, I can't even do a Cockney with it. I slip into it a little bit. It's like I'm better at doing the posh. It's like it's whatever. It's whatever. But I can't do it. It's just a little bit, not a lot, and I mix it up. It's too much. It's bad. It's really bad. I'm a typical American that can't do it. Honestly, I'd say my Scottish and my Irish, once I have to hear someone do it a little bit, and then I can pick it up. If I'm around someone who speaks in that accent, I will slowly start speaking like them. When I went south, like deep south, like to the toe of Virginia, very close to Tennessee, I was around a bunch of my family members, and they are all like, "Hi, how you doing? What's up? Oh my God, look at you! You've grown so much. You've grown like a weed. You're just such a tall drink of water, aren't you? Just the cutest." And I slowly started picking up their accents as I was there, and I started saying y'all. And it was really funny because they were all like, "You making fun of us?" I'm like, "No, I just this is literally what happens when I'm around people with accents. If you have a Ugandan accent, I will start speaking in a Ugandan accent at certain points. If you have a French accent, I will pick up your French accent." I had a friend from Canada, and for a while I was saying a boot. It's pretty funny. Oh, no, okay. Oh, no, see, now I have to think about it. He's putting me on the spot. It's like, I can sing, but the moment someone says, "Sing a song," and I'm like, I'm trying to remember. It's something a little bit more, it's very close to, it's a little bit more in the back of the head. It's a little bit more about how you pronounce your R's and do things like that. It's not too intense. You can't go, "Oh, you mean Lucky Charms," because that's stupid. It's just a little bit. And it's a little bit how you roll your R's, how you move the tongue in the back of the head. And I like it, but I can't do it too well. Yeah? I don't know if that was good or not, but it's because there's an Irish person I know, but that's that's kind of a watered down Irish accent. But now fucking, I don't know, the Scottish. Oh, dude, listening to someone who's got a Scottish accent's great because it's trying to ungarble some of the words. It's like word games. I love word games. So it's fun. It's fun to listen to people with accents. I absolutely roast anyone who's around me who says, "I can't understand them. They have too thick of an accent." I'm like, you're stupid. Unless they're using a lot of colloquialisms and jargon from their specific area they're from that you wouldn't necessarily know. It's not that hard to understand someone. You just got to take the time to listen. And also, if they're not mumbling, that helps. Thank you. I know, exactly. Well, it's but Scottish people have very, very thick accents. It's like trying to freaking, I can't even think of a metaphor. I can't even think of something that's similar to it. It's very funny how thick, and it's I know some Scottish people, so it's really and they're easy to understand, and then I'll hear someone else who's Scottish talk, I'm like, huh? Wait, and then they'll say it a little bit slower. I'm like, oh, okay, I gotcha. It's it has more to do with mumbling than anything else. If you're mumbling or you're slurring
your speech your speech is sliding together. It's a lot harder. And the thing is a lot of Scottish people from Scotland have a tendency of talking a lot in colloquialisms. You're talking about stuff that's just relevant to the area and different terminology and stuff. And you do that and like, no one's going to understand you. I'm not a cunt. You're a cunt. You cunt. You cunt. That's awesome. Makes me so happy. That's a wonderful story. I love it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no. And I'm mostly Scottish Irish, so I'm Irwin Montgomery, Lowland Montgomery, not Highland Montgomery. There's a difference. One of my ancestors was a genealogist, so we have like a whole book of all of our family line from like back in like the 1700s, as far back as the 1700s and down, for that one side of my family. But yeah, like there's a few. I've got like Phillips, and I can't remember what was the other one, Wilcox. Like those are a bunch of family names that are attached that we're related to. There is a rumor in my family, which is really funny. And I, as I've gotten older, have started to think that maybe it's just the stupidity of my family, because there was another rumor that we had Native American in our family, and all of the girls in my family like, I'm a princess. I'm an Indian princess. Like, well, it would be a Native American or the First Nation, so wrong. And two, they didn't have princesses, so nice try. But apparently some of my family on my mother's side were part of Burrell County, or Burrell, the Burrell line, right? And there's a castle in Scotland that supposedly our family is attached to, that we were supporters of Mary, Queen of Scots, and that's why we went to America, because it was stay and get beheaded or go work in the colonies. And those people were notorious rum runners in America, and that I can actually prove. That actually we have some, proof of. I'm not sure about the actual, we were supporters of Mary, Queen of Scots, but, I would love to go, but I have never been outside of the technical United States. I have gone to Hawaii, and that's as far as I've gone outside of the mainland. But I would really love to go to Ireland and to Scotland and England. Honestly, I want to go to London. Like, London, so cool. Beautiful. I love the architecture. I want to go to the moors. I want to go see the rolling hillsides. I want to see the cliffs. I want to go to the castles. I do not want to kiss the Blarney Stone because I know what people do to it. Some of my Irish friends admitted that like a lot of them like to go up, get drunk, and piss on the Blarney Stone because they knew tourists kissed it. No, we were total traitors. It's great. Dude, I'm not surprised. If you met my family, you wouldn't be surprised either, honestly. It's freaking hilarious. No. Yeah, no, we were totally trying to back that pony, and that did not work out well for us. I would love to come to London. I mean, we definitely have to get this pandemic shit under wraps. So I was like, the two places that I've always wanted to do, I've wanted to go to the Isles. I want to go to Japan, Taiwan area, because I have friends that live over there. And I am fascinated by Japanese culture. And their countryside is beautiful. I'm less interested in going into the city because I'm not really into cities. I've grown up very close to a very big city, the capital, most of my life. And I've lived in LA and Vegas. Big cities don't do much for me. I love countryside though. I love the countryside and I like old architecture. I actually have a friend from England. She's like an old family friend. Like she's really, really old. She's I mean, she was a babysitter to my mom at one point. So like, you know, she taught her horseback riding and stuff. And she's a lovely, lovely woman. She used to go around with the caravans for a while, which is pretty cool. She had great stories, but I took when she came around here last time. I took her down to a historic place around here that's like old, like you know, old Civil War historic towns and stuff that still have the old masonry and stuff like that, and old houses and like. And she was like, "This is like a little town in Ireland, like or in London, like just one of the little." Not in London, but like in England, like a little, like one of the little shires and stuff like that. I'm like, that's so cool. And she was like, the architecture. I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, Virginia was one of the first places that was colonized. I mean, you know, Jamestown, bitch. My daughter's learning about that right now. But like, we're in an area that's got a lot of historical value, and we've got a lot of old places that was just old timey British, you know, architecture and stuff. And I freaking love it. And I would love to see some of that stuff in real time. Yeah, no, Japan, the open land. I want to go into the mountains. I want to go to see like just like I want to go to the shrines. Like it's beautiful. It's just the scenery. It's like, oh my God, gorgeous. It's lovely. Islands are beautiful, especially big enough islands to where they have different like ecosystems. I really enjoyed my eco science class. I love I love ecosystems and I love looking at them. Like I used to go hiking in California, like there's a bunch of different cool canyons and stuff, and I love going into them and just seeing all the cool stuff. I am a bit of a nerd for survivalist stuff. I like looking around being like, ooh, you can eat that. You can use that for soap. You can use that for kindling. You can do this. You can do that. This is cool. I could survive here for like a week or two before it would start getting really bad. Yeah, no. It's like, yeah, it's really cool. Oh my goodness. Oh, shit. Hold on. I got a little something here. No. Oh, really? Sorry, my phone's being stupid. I have to look at some. I have to get something. Uh-uh. Yeah, the old oh shit. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, no, the old the southern like pillar houses and stuff. Like some of the plantation. There's actually a plantation place that's really close to here. It's like a tourist attraction that I would remember going to a lot. They have like secret passageways in the house, and the tour guide let us go through it. I love it. There's also no, I do not cam. Just chill out. I know. I love going everywhere. But there's I used to work at the Winchester Mystery House, if you know about that. Sarah Winchester, the widow of the Winchester fortune, lived in Connecticut until the death of her husband and daughter from tuberculosis. She went to a medium, and the medium told her she should move west and build a house that she would never finish. And she kept building this. She built a 160-room mansion. That's where it stopped before she died. And it's amazing. And I used to work in and I got to go all the way through the house all the time. I worked in the gift shop. I wasn't a tour guide, but I would help on tours. And because it was a gift shop, we stored things in certain parts of the house you didn't have access to on the tour. So I would have to run between tours, unlock doors and hide and stuff. One time there was a tour happening and they were just about to open these big doors to reveal a giant storage room with little storerooms on it, and I was right there, and I was like, gotta get the postcards, and the lock was jamming. I had to get in and close the door, because if you get caught going into one of these rooms on a tour, they'll take away your keys. And I was like, no, I can't lose my keys. I love running around this house. It's so cool. And I was in there, and my foot hit a fishbowl right as some poor couple was going by, and they're like, oh my God, did you hear that? Like, because they said that the house is haunted. And so, like, I totally added an element of spooky to someone's tour by scaring them by kicking a fishbowl. It was great. Oh, yeah, it was great. It was very great. I loved it. I had so much fun working there. I've worked a lot of places. I've had a lot of jobs. I mean, well, I can't say that anymore. I'm in my 40s. So I've been around. I've been doing stuff. But yeah, no, like I've had a lot of different jobs. It was really fun. Like even just working in the gift shop was great. I got to do the announcements and stuff, and I love doing voices for the announcements. It was so fun. I know, and I love doing it. Actually, we do what they do around Halloween, leading up to Halloween week, and every Friday the 13th they do flashlight tours after dark, and you go around the house with flashlights and stuff. And these are chaos, pure chaos when they do them. So they usually have multiple people doing the tours to make sure no one gets lost in the dark house. And I actually had some of my friends come, and I knew that this one particular lady who came with us was a bit of a conspiracy nut, and she was really like she really believed in ghosts and everything like that. And I knew of a specific room in the house because there used to be a wax museum in the Winchester Mystery House, and the only thing left from the wax museum is a small room where all the heads are stored. I don't know why they did this, and you can't really see it too well from the thing unless you lean at a certain angle and look through a one little thing, and all you can see is a face looking at you. It's Abraham Lincoln. A very scary looking version of Abraham Lincoln. And I was like, and I totally played it up. I was just like, oh God, what's that? Like with my light right at it. And they both looked and they screamed. And it's right at the end of the tour. They ran right out. And I was like, awesome. I got him. It was so fun. Yeah, no, I love it. I like to think of myself as a jack of all trades or a Jill of all trades. Who knows which term is the right one. But man, it's been fun. I've had a lot of different jobs in entertainment, jobs in sales, and I hate sales so much. Retail, food, convenience, merchandising, like everything. It's ridiculous. Oh no, definitely gave something. No, they loved it after I told them what it was because I explained it to them afterwards. Because they were like, what was it? I was like, it's the wax head. They were like, that was great. I was like, it was perfect. I planned it all out too. It was so much fun. The great thing was it was my little brother. It was his birthday tour. And so these were like friends of the family. And he knew about, because I had already worked there and we were like freaking like this. So like he's much, much younger than me. And he was just like, oh my God, you got to do it. I was like, you know what we could do? We could totally spook him. He's like, oh, you got to do it. And I also knew a lot of extra information on the tour because each tour guide's different. You get a better tour depending on which tour guide you get. And they leave parts out of different like little bits of trivia and silly things and stuff like that. And I point out that her favorite number was 13, that the clock stopped, like she had a clock that actually was set with a 13, like the 13th hour on it. A bunch of different weird shit. And I would add that information in after the tour guide did. Actually, one of the tour guides heard me. He's like, you're trying to put me out of a job? And it's like, no, it's okay. I don't want to do the tours on a regular basis. It's fun doing them every once in a while, but the tours were grueling because you get a lot of people asking a lot of dumb questions. My favorite position's probably merchandising. I'm a detail person, so there's a level of detail work to it that I just really enjoy. But I think my second favorite is honestly working with kids because kids are awesome. You can teach them lots of stuff. They're really, and honestly, if you treat kids like they're people, it's amazing how much more you can get through to them than by talking down to them and treating them like shit. I'm very good. Babysitting was like my very first job that I ever had. And I babysat for over 40 different families within the span of 5 years. And within the span of one summer, I earned enough money to pay for a $600 trip to Florida for my chorus meetup, and help pay the rent for 3 months. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. I like taking care of kids. It was fun. And I usually always had a really good bond with the kids. People would always ask me back constantly. It was like, and I was really good at it. I was like, I'm really have an easy time relating to kids of all ages. My most preferred age is like from baby, like really young baby, to toddler, like like toddler to 4 or 5, because they're just the spongiest, most amazing kids that you could ever deal with. Like they're so great. They're so great. Little babies are so sweet. I love them so much. I mean, it's like it. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I was raised as a teacher's daughter, and also I have severe learning disabilities that I've had. I still have. You know, I've just never. You never grow out of them. You just learn how to cope with them. And I was obsessed when they first diagnosed me. It was like 4th grade, because they had been adding my grades wrong in another county, and they didn't figure it out until they gave me the test, and they're like, oh shit, this is why her test scores are really bad, but her performance is amazing. I scored really high on an IQ test. They didn't understand how I knew what the phases of the freaking moon were in the 2nd grade, but that I couldn't answer basic word questions and stuff, because it didn't make sense to me, and I wasn't allowed to read it out loud. If I can read it out loud, I'm fine. And they figured out I had a lot of learning disabilities and that I had a bunch of other issues. And everyone they put me in the learning disabilities class, and everyone started calling me dumb, and I hated that, because I was like, I'm smart. There's no way you can tell me I'm not smart. I'm gonna prove to you all that I'm the smartest bitch here. And I did. I actually got myself out, like I tested out of the learning disability program multiple times, where they put me back in just because they were like, there were certain teachers who weren't willing to give me extra time or let me learn the way I needed to learn, because not everyone, it's like there's no template for learning, and unfortunately the public school system is broken beyond recognition, and it teaches you a lot of dumb bullshit. Luckily, I had a father who was very much about personal study. He's like, dude, if you want to learn it and they're not teaching it to you, go find it. Encyclopedias, the Dewey Decimal System, go find it. Like, find this stuff. And once the internet came around, oh, I was set. Google, why weren't you there when I was younger? I would be a genius right now. I'd like probably be in Mensa or no, I wouldn't be in Mensa. They're so pretentious. I would probably have would have been able to graduate college and get through that stuff if I had had a bit more, like, if I had had a bit more access to certain resources in order to learn different things. I still like to do it myself. I still like to, and I try and encourage my daughter to do it as well. Like, we go on, like, she really got into rocks, so I'm like, okay, we're going to learn about geology then. Let's go. We're going to go find some mineral deposits. I'm going to teach you about different rocks, because I'm a nerd for that shit. And it's just like, if you're interested in something, learn everything you can about it. Just learn everything you can. Just keep going. Don't ever stop. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, no, it's like I hate that, like, they think like you can't. I hate that so much in our society, like in almost every society, it's like this idea that you have to have a piece of paper that tells you that you're smart. And it's just like, no, all the higher education generally tells you is that you're able to follow instructions, memorize shit, and basically, become a drone, especially elementary school and high school, middle school and high school, at least in America. I don't know what it's like overseas. Although I've heard from some people that it's kind of more of the same. Now, I know the y'all over in Europe have a better freaking higher education system than over here. Because it's all about making money over here. It's not about education. It's really not. I'm really sad about that. Because, like, there's some really great universities that really do help inspire and try and focus on learning. But, like, most of them are just out for $1. I mean, I went to over 4 years of college, and I still don't have a degree. And it's only because they decided like the first 2 years didn't count because it was community college. I'm like, I did all the classes and I learned this stuff. I could take a test right now and prove to you that I know this shit, you know? But no, they don't care. You don't have the piece of paper. You didn't pay the money. It doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. Now it's like college doesn't determine if you're smart. It only determines whether you can you have enough money to put in or enough time to put in, you know, or you're willing to debase yourself completely and totally through internships and other things. And it's just like the best experience is doing, not having some asshole stand in front of a lecture hall and tell you how it is. And it's like, because I was the worst in college. My teachers hated me. There's some that liked me. If I could have gotten a degree, it would have been a degree in bullshittery, because I was able to talk my grades up all the time. All the time. I had this one well-being class. Oh my God, I wanted to kill myself. I wasn't showing up a lot to it because it was bullshit. He's just sitting there. So let's talk about our feelings. I'm like, I thought this was a class about figuring out how to improve your well-being, not sit around and freaking just about like how you're feeling today. And it's just like, dude, like actually give us advice about this stuff. Like give us resources for this. You know, my photography class doesn't sit around and show me photos. They have me take photos, develop photos. Like, and he pulled me aside and he's all like, oh, well, you haven't been showing up. And I'm like, well, for my well-being, being forced to come into this class over and over when I have other things that I want to do that heighten my experience in this world, I feel like that's detrimental to my well-being, isn't it? I got an A in that class. That's so bullshit. I should not have gotten an A. I also got an A in debate class too, because debate's theater. It's not about being right. It's about being able to present your opinion the best, you know, to draw more people towards you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, unless it's like a really technical science. I think chemists as well. Anyone who's in the bioscience thing, yeah, you should probably go to school. If you're going to be a pharmacist, you should probably go to school. If you're going to do anything that's like massively in engineering and science, then yeah. But if you're in any kind of social kind of job, sales, education, freaking, you know, sociology and stuff like that, because sociology is a pseudoscience. There's no base science on it. It's not really like, it's all changing constantly based on what society has to. So studying society is great, but that's more of an active thing you have to be able to do. And a lot of people bullshit in it. So, you know, it depends on who you're talking to. Based on, like, for the longest time we thought Freud had something. But, you know, then we were all like, oh, maybe he was blowing it out his ass. If you're good enough at talking about anything, you can do it. Yeah. Yeah, business studies. It's like, we run a business. It's like, oh my gosh. Oh, don't even get me started on business stuff. The stuff they do in business school is garbage. Ooh, team building. It's like, are you guys teaching a class on how not to be a dickhead manager? Can we have that class? Is that a thing? It's like, where like actually the scale is that the people on the bottom, because of their scale is so low, that they should actually not have as many responsibilities and not be treated so shittily. And it's like the higher up you get, the more responsibilities you get, not the less and more money, because that doesn't make any sense. But whatever. That's kind of like having having an English degree in America. You got, my degree is in literature or human studies and stuff. So you work at McDonald's, huh? Yeah, that's good. That's great. It's just like, unless you were planning on, like, I knew a girl who worked at one of my previous jobs, and she's like, I have a history and lit degree. And I'm like, are you going to be a teacher? She's like, no, I hate kids. It's like, oh, well, you wasted that time. You have a major and a minor, and you did all of that. Like, it's like, are you going to become an archaeologist? No, I don't really want to do that. You know, I just really like it. And it's like, yeah, but you got this degree. Well, I want to be a librarian. No, you didn't have to get a master's degree in history to become a librarian, right? Like, you know that, right? And the great thing is that she's still not a librarian. She's been trying for it for 4 freaking years, and she's still not a librarian. Amazing. English degrees are garbage. They're garbage. I mean, it's just, I'm sorry. Like, dude, I guarantee you most of the really good writers in the world don't have an English degree. Yes, and they don't even pay attention to it. Look at Stephen King. Perfect example. The master of the run-on sentence. Paragraph. The run-on paragraph. I mean, trying to read, as a dyslexic person, trying to read that is beyond me. I have to listen. I have to do audiobook with Stephen King. And I love Stephen King. Absolutely love the Dark Tower series. I am absolutely epically pissed that they lost their opportunity, and poor Idris Elba didn't get the opportunity to be Roland Duchesne. They just made him some angry dude with a gun, and it's like, come on. He's got the chops to play Roland Duchesne, one of the most amazing characters in literature. Made me so mad. I'm like, I love this guy. He's a good actor. He can do this. It was garbage. It was garbage. I'm so sad. It was such a missed opportunity. Such a missed opportunity. Exactly. Yeah. They don't have, like, successful. It's because writing the freaking, what was that stupid thing? Oh, they forced it down my throat because I had to take a lot of English classes. And I love writing. I'm actually pretty decent at writing. I am shamefully a bit of a fan fiction writer, which I haven't released any of my fan fictions, but I'm thinking of retooling them and actually making them like erotica. Because I'm actually really good at writing it. And I've just been like, I honestly, part of me is just a little embarrassed about, like, you know, putting it out there, but it's like, whatever, fuck it. Like, you know, one life to live, right? And I also have like this epic, like, opus that I've been writing since I was 14. And I want a chronicle of, like, it's a science fiction fantasy chronicle about generations of women who go through this, like, identity crisis, like, that with their own, like, identity crisis in this, like, other world. And, like, it's about, like, you know, it's so good. And I've been writing it forever. I'm working on them. I still have to finish. This is my problem with writing. I'm amazing at writing. And I, like, a good example, my sophomore year in high school, we were supposed to do a short story project. I turned in an 18-page first chapter to a book. He's like, this is the prelogue to a major novel. Like, this isn't a short story. There's no ending to it. I'm like, I don't like ending my stories. I never do. I don't like finishing games because I don't want it to end. I hate when things end. But I have a hard time wrapping things up in a pretty little bow. But I'm working on it. I've gotten better. I used to write a lot of short stories all the time. I have boxes of all my writing. And I've still been working on my my epic opus. But I want to take some of my erotica stuff and just basically take out all the copyrighted characters in it and retool them. And, like, I mean, hell, there's actually some people who started off in the fan fiction community that are now famous that write books. I want to be them. I want to do that. And I'm pretty good at writing that stuff. Oh, exactly. No, and that's part of the reason why it's, like, taken me so damn long to get any of it done. Like, I'm just very slowly, methodically going through it. I did write and finish a play that is very similar. It's like a mixture between Death of a Salesman and Where in the Woods. And it's like it's all fairy tale characters dealing with this sales guy who's just trying so hard to deliver a package, and he gets lost in the enchanted forest, and he's dealing with all these aging or dysfunctional fairy tale characters that are based off of people in my real life, and it's actually really fucking funny. And I kind of want to put it out. It's a pretty good, and I actually I have stage presence and everything for it. Like, I know I love writing. My husband gets on me all the time. He's like, stop freaking writing it just for yourself and like put it out. Like, if you like it, if it makes you laugh, if it makes you like, oh, that made me horny, you know, for my erotica stuff. And it's just like, then it's probably going to make someone else horny. So put it out there. And so I have to. I've been working on it. 50 Shades of Purple. Actually, 3,000 Shades of Purple. That's what I'm going to say, because purple's my favorite color. Blue, secondary. Actually, technically not blue. Technically more of a purple blue. Like cobalt blue, which is closer to purple than it is to actual blue. Because actual blue is cyan. But, yeah. No, I'm working on it. I have to go through and I have to, like, because I am horrible at my punctuation and grammar and stuff. And I have to, like, basically have someone go through it and, like, you know, help me edit. But, and I can't ask him because he sucks at it too. I help him spell, so I've actually gotten all my old things out, and I'm trying to get them together and stuff. But some of them are really good. Oh, the funny thing is that most of my fan fiction is written as a choose your own adventure style. So there's multiple paths, and I've got like it's over like 400 like individual files that. And they read like 2 or 3 pages each. So it's like, I definitely have enough for a novel. It's just sorting them out and putting them in the frame of a chronological story, because I don't think choose your own adventure stuff is going to do as well. Although I could try and do a choose your own adventure one and see how it smashes. Might smash pretty good. I'm probably going to be streaming again on Saturday. Probably 12:30 p.m. at the earliest. I might do 2, depending. I was thinking of doing a Reddit read, because I want to, like, I have some funny, like, silly things I want to share. Some good ones. I hate to burst your bubble, Rick, but I am about to end this stream. This stream's been going on for, like, what, like 3 hours now? Yeah, and I've got I have an actual life and, you know, dinner to make. Because it's nighty night time. But yep, I've got it. I tried to put it in here as a scheduled stream, but I don't know if it's showing up. It won't show it to me because it's on my own damn channel. So I'm not sure how it's showing up at all. So, no, dude, I've been on for so long. I've been on since 5 p.m. and it's like 8:17. And I had a long day, and I have another long day ahead of me tomorrow. So that, and I have responsibilities. It's not easy being me, master of me own destiny, and I got responsibilities. Oh, it's not easy being me. It's not easy. Name that movie, and you get 20 points. Pre-YouTube message. I'm not sure how that works. I'll try and figure that out. I'll look it up. Google it. I'll Google it. Well, you can ask questions. It doesn't mean I'll answer them. I mean, this is my stream. I reserve the right to not answer questions if I don't want to. Sorry, we were in the middle of another conversation. You're kind of trying to drive it in a different direction than I wanted to do. So, sorry. Maybe I'll make a dedicated about my career stream at some point, and people can ask that questions. But I don't particularly want to answer those questions right now. I was having fun having a organic conversation. But, you know, It's fine. I'm not opposed to answering questions and stuff. I just like to do it on a dedicated stream to that. Especially since I would like to age restrict it so I don't run into any problems with the YouTube overlords. I would like for my channel not to disappear before it even gets monetized, if that would ever happen. All right. I will see you on the flip side. Thank you for joining me. It is time for me to go. Kisses.